I know you are weary. If you bear the burdens of the day, longing for fulfillment or seeking wisdom, this space is designed for you. In a moment, we shall begin a slow and gentle reading of the entire Book of Proverbs. This book overflows with God's eternal wisdom, to guide your heart, to grant you peace, and to remind you that He walks with you. Before we begin, please leave a comment below with your time zone, your location, and share any prayer requests if you wish. Let us support one another as family. If this video has brought you peace, please subscribe to the channel. Never miss a moment of rest in God's Word. Now, let us pray. Heavenly Father, tonight we come with open hearts. Grant us wisdom from above. May your word be a lamp unto our feet, a light upon our path. Grant peace to the troubled, guide the lost, bestow hope upon the weary. Be with us this night. Shape our lives with your wisdom. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. The Book of Proverbs, Volume 1. The Proverbs of Solomon, son of David, king of Israel, to gain wisdom and instruction, to understand words of insight, to receive instruction in prudent conduct, to do what is right, to judge what is just, to give prudence to the simple, to give knowledge and discretion to the young. May the wise hear and increase their learning. May the discerning acquire wisdom, to understand proverbs and parables, and the sayings and riddles of the wise. Music. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and instruction. My son, listen to your father's instruction. Do not forsake your mother's teaching. They are a garland to grace your head, a chain to adorn your neck. My son, if anyone entices you to sin, do not follow them. If they say, "Come with us," we lie in ambush, awaiting innocent blood. We set snares in secret, to capture guileless souls. We shall devour them, as graves swallow the living, as those who fall into pits are swallowed up. We shall seize every treasure, fill our houses with plunder. Come cast lots with us, we'll share the spoils. My son, you must not follow them. Do not tread their path, for their steps run towards iniquity. They hasten to shed blood, spreading nets where birds can see. How can they catch any? These men lie in wait for their own blood. They set traps for their own lives. All who covet and righteous gain walk this way. Those who seize wealth will lose their lives. Wisdom cries aloud in the streets. She raises her voice in the public square. She stands upon the city walls. She cries out at the gates. She proclaims, O you who are foolish, how long will you love folly? How long will scoffers delight in their mockery? How long will the foolish despise wisdom? If you would heed my reproof, I would pour out wisdom upon you. I would impart my instruction to you. Yet you refuse to listen to my call. No one heeds my outstretched hand. You despise my counsel, refuse to accept my reproof. I shall laugh when calamity overtakes you, scoff when disaster pursues you. When calamity strikes like a storm, and disaster sweeps like a whirlwind, when distress and anguish engulf you, you shall cry out to me, yet I will not answer. They will seek me but not find me, because they have rejected knowledge, and refused to fear the Lord. They have spurned my counsel, and despised my reproof. They shall eat the fruit of their own ways, and be sated with the fruit of their own devices. The folly of fools shall slay them, and the complacency of simpletons shall destroy them. But whoever heeds me shall dwell securely, and enjoy peace, without alarm. Proverbs chapter 2. My son, if you receive my words, and treasure my commands, incline your ear to wisdom, and apply your heart to understanding. Cry out for discernment, seek understanding, as you would silver. Search for hidden treasures, then you will understand the fear of the Lord, and find the knowledge of God. For the Lord gives wisdom. Knowledge and understanding come from his mouth. He reserves success for the upright, a shield to those whose conduct is blameless. For he guards the path of the righteous, and protects the way of his faithful ones. Then you will understand what is right, what is just, what is fair, and every good path. Wisdom will enter your heart, and knowledge will delight your soul. Discernment shall guard you, prudence shall preserve you. Wisdom shall deliver you from the path of the wicked, those whose speech is perverse, who stray from the right way. who walk in darkness, who delight in evil, who find pleasure in wickedness, whose ways are crooked, whose conduct is deceitful. Wisdom shall deliver you from the adulteress, from the wanton woman who lures with her smooth talk. She has forsaken the companion of her youth, who has broken the covenant made before God. Her house leads to death, her path descends to the grave. None who go to her will return, nor find the way of life. Thus you will walk in the path of the good, and keep to the way of the righteous. For the upright will dwell on the earth, and those who are blameless will remain. But the wicked will be cut off from the land, and the unfaithful uprooted from it. Proverbs chapter 3. My son, do not forget my teaching. Keep my commands within your heart, for they will grant you long life, peace and prosperity. Let love and faithfulness accompany you, bound round your neck, engraved upon your heart. Thus you shall find favor in the sight of God and man, and find favor. Trust wholly in the Lord, and do not rely on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. Do not be wise in your own eyes, but fear the Lord, and turn away from evil. Then your body will be clothed with stoutness, and your sinews with strength. Honor the Lord with your wealth, and with the first fruits of all your produce. And your barns will be filled with plenty, and your wine presses shall overflow with new wine. My son, do not despise the Lord's discipline, nor be weary of his reproof. For whom the Lord loves, he disciplines, and he scourges every son he receives. Blessed is the man who finds wisdom, and the man who gains understanding. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the precious stones cannot compare with her. Her value surpasses silver, and she yields more profit than gold. All that you desire cannot compare to wisdom. Her right hand holds longevity, her left hand honor. Her ways are delightful, all her paths are peaceful. Those who hold fast to her shall find the tree of life, and those who grasp her shall be blessed. The Lord founded the earth by wisdom, and established the heavens by understanding. He divided the deep by knowledge, and caused the clouds to drop down dew. My son, let wisdom and understanding never depart from your sight. Hold fast to sound judgment and prudence. They shall be your life, adorned like a necklace upon your neck. You shall walk securely, your foot shall not stumble. When you lie down, you shall not fear. In your rest, you shall find sweetness. Fear not sudden calamity, nor the ruin that befalls the wicked. For the Lord is with you. He will keep your foot from being ensnared. When you have the means, do not withhold good deeds from those who deserve them. If you have wealth in your hand, do not say to your neighbor, "Come back tomorrow, and I will give you more." Do not devise harm against your neighbor's peace. Do not bring false charges against one who has done you no harm. Do not envy the violent. Do not follow their ways. For the Lord detests the perverse, but embraces the upright. The Lord curses the house of the wicked, but blesses the dwelling of the righteous. He mocks the proud and arrogant, but shows favor to the humble and oppressed. The wise shall inherit honor, but fools shall be put to shame. Proverbs chapter 4. My son, listen to your father's instruction. Give ear to his teaching. Receive wisdom. I give you true knowledge. Do not forsake my instruction. I too was once a son to my father, nurtured in my mother's embrace. Then he instructed me, saying to me, "Hold fast to my words with all your heart. Keep my commands, and you will find life, and gain understanding and discernment. Do not forget my words, or turn from them. Do not forsake wisdom, and she will protect you. Love her, and she will watch over you. The beginning of wisdom is to seek wisdom with all you have. Gain understanding. Love her, and she will exalt you. Hold her close, and she will honor you. She will place a crown of splendor upon your head, a glorious diadem upon your brow. My son, heed my instruction, receive my words, and you will live long. I guide you in the ways of wisdom, so you may walk in integrity. When you walk, your steps will not stumble. When you run, you shall not stumble. Hold fast to instruction, and do not let it go. Guard it, for it is your life. Do not set foot on the path of the wicked, nor walk in the way of evildoers. Turn away, do not go, but turn aside, and find another way. For they cannot rest unless they do evil, and they cannot sleep unless they cause someone to stumble. They feed on the bread of wickedness, and drink the wine of violence. The path of the righteous grows brighter, like the dawn, until the full light of day. But the way of the wicked grows dark, and they do not know why they stumble. My son, pay close attention to my words. Listen carefully to my sayings. Do not let them slip from your sight, but keep them within your heart, for they are the wellspring of life, and health for your whole being. Guard your heart, for from it spring the fountains of life. Keep your mouth from error, and your lips from deceit. Let your eyes look straight ahead, your gaze fixed before you. Ponder the path before you. Walk with steadfastness. Do not swerve to the right or to the left. Keep your foot from evil. Proverbs 5. My son, give heed to my wisdom. Incline your ear to my understanding, that you may gain discernment, and preserve knowledge within your lips. The adulteress's lips drip honey. Her words are smoother than oil, but her end is bitter as gall, sharp as a double-edged sword. Her steps lead to death. Her ways go straight to the grave. She does not consider the way of life. Her path is unstable, yet she is unaware. Now, my children, hear my counsel. Do not stray from my instruction. Keep far from her. Do not approach her dwelling, lest you cast your honor to others, and your splendor to the cruel. Lest strangers consume your wealth, and your toil be stored for others. In your old age, you will sigh, when your flesh and body are spent. You will say, I hated discipline. My heart despised reproof. I did not heed the teacher, nor did I listen to the admonisher. Thus I fell into great calamity in God's assembly. Drink the living water from your well, the clear spring flowing from your own source. Those springs may overflow the streets, and streams may flood the market. They belong to you alone. Do not share them with strangers. May your wellspring be blessed. May you rejoice in the wife of your youth. She is like a loving doe, like a graceful gazelle. May her breast satisfy you forever. May you be intoxicated by her love all day long. My son, why be intoxicated by another's wife? Why embrace the bosom of a wanton woman? For your ways are before the Lord. He observes all your paths. The wicked are ensnared by their own deeds. Their sins bind them like ropes. For lack of discipline, they shall die, deceived by their own great folly. Proverbs chapter 6. My son, if you have pledged yourself for your neighbor, or struck hands in pledge for a stranger, you are ensnared by your own words, and trapped by the utterances of your mouth. My son, since you have fallen into your neighbor's hands, do this to save yourself. Run with all your might. Give your neighbor no rest. Keep your eyes open. Let your eyelids not sleep. Escape like a gazelle from the hunter's hand, like a bird from the fowler's snare. O sluggard, go, observe the ways of the ant. Learn wisdom. The ant without a commander, without an overseer, nor a king, prepares its food in summer, and gathers its sustenance in harvest. O sluggard, how long will you lie there? When will you arise from your slumber? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands, and poverty will come upon you like a robber, and want like an armed man. The evildoer, the deceitful man, his mouth is full of deceit. His eyes dart about, his feet rush forward, his hands are busy, his heart devises wickedness. He stirs up strife. Therefore calamity overtakes him suddenly. Destruction comes upon him like lightning. There are 6 things the Lord hates, 7 that are detestable to him: a deceitful eye, a deceitful tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises evil, feet that are swift to run to mischief, a false witness who breathes out lies, one who sows discord among brothers. My son, hold fast to your father's command, and do not forsake your mother's teaching. Bind them upon your heart, fasten them around your neck. When you walk, they will guide you. When you lie down, they shall watch over you. When you awake, they shall speak to you. For this commandment is a lamp, and this instruction a light. Admonition and instruction are the way of life, to keep you from your neighbor's wife, and from the smooth talk of the adulteress. Do not desire her beauty in your heart, nor be ensnared by her glance. A prostitute may be bought for a loaf of bread, but a man's own wife will cost you your life. Can one carry fire in one's bosom, without one's clothes being scorched? Can one red on hot coals, without one's feet being burned? So it is with the man who lies with another man's wife. Whoever touches her will not go unpunished. If a man steals when hungry, no one will despise him, but if caught, he must repay sevenfold. Even if he empties his house, the adulterer brings ruin upon himself. He shall be beaten and disgraced. His shame shall never be wiped away. For a husband's anger is like fire, his vengeance like a blazing flame, showing no mercy, accepting no ransom. He will not accept bribes, even if they amount to 10,000 pieces of silver. Proverbs 7. My son, keep my words, and treasure my commands within you. Keep my commands, and you will live. Guard my instruction as the apple of your eye. Bind my commands on your fingers, and write them on the tablet of your heart. Say to wisdom, you are my sister. Say to understanding, you are my kinswoman. Thus you will keep far from the adulterous woman, from the wayward woman who enters with her deceitful words. From the window of my house, through the lattice I looked out, and saw among the simple a young man. I saw a young man among the simple, walking in the high streets, near the corner of the adulteress's house, at twilight, as the sun was setting, and night was drawing near. He went to her house. A woman came out to meet him, dressed like a prostitute, her heart full of deceit. She was unrestrained. Her steps never stayed at home, now in the streets, now in the market. At every corner she lay in wait. She seized him and kissed him, boldly saying, Today my vows are fulfilled, my offerings at home remain. Thus I come to greet you, long sought. At last I find you. I have spread Egyptian silk upon my bed, with myrrh, and agarwood, and cinnamon for incense. Come, let us drink our fill till dawn, and revel in love's delight. My husband journeys far, his purse in hand. He travels to distant lands. With honeyed words she lured him astray. With sweet talk she laid him to ruin, and he followed her, like an ox to the slaughterhouse, like a deer caught in the snare, until the arrow pierced his liver, like a bird caught in the net, unaware of his impending doom. Now, my son, hear my counsel, remember my words. Do not let your heart incline towards her path. Do not tread her path. How many victims has she overturned? How vast the souls she has slain. Her dwelling leads to the path of the grave, straight to the chamber of death. Proverbs chapter 8. Does not wisdom call out? Does not understanding raise her voice? At the highest point of the road, at the junction of the paths, she takes her stand. Beside the city gates, at the entrance, she cries aloud, O people, I call to you. I raise my voice to the world. You fool, gain understanding. You senseless ones, give heed. Listen, for I have trustworthy words to speak. I will utter what is right. The words of my mouth are true, for my lips detest wickedness. All that comes from my mouth is upright, no crookedness or perversity in the eyes of the discerning. These are upright before those who gain knowledge. These are upright. Choose my instruction rather than silver. Choose knowledge rather than gold. For wisdom is better than rubies. All you desire cannot compare with her. I dwell with wisdom and understanding. I possess knowledge and discernment. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil. I despise pride and arrogance, detest wicked deeds and perverse speech. Strategy and sound judgment belong to me. I possess discernment. I possess power. For by me, kings reign. By me, rulers enact just decrees. By me, princes govern. By me, nobles rule. All who hold authority on earth love me. I shall love him. He who seeks me, I shall let him find me. With me are riches and honor, enduring wealth and prosperity. My fruit surpasses choice gold. My yield exceeds the finest silver. I walk in the way of righteousness. I tread the path of uprightness. I bestow abundant inheritance upon those who love me, filling their storehouses to overflowing. The Lord created me at the beginning of his work. The ancient deeds he wrought before me. I was the first of his handiwork. Before the waters were formed, before the springs gushed forth, before the mountains were set in place, before the hills were formed, I was born. Before he created the heavens and the earth, before he spread out the earth, before he piled up the dust, I was already there. When he established the heavens, when he marked out the boundaries of the deep, when he hung the clouds in the sky, and fastened the fountains of the deep, when he set boundaries for the waters, and commanded the floods not to transgress, when he established the foundations of the earth, then I was beside him. Day by day I rejoiced, and was delighted before him, rejoicing in his world, and taking pleasure in the children of men. Now my children, listen to me. Blessed are those who keep my ways, hear my instruction, and gain wisdom. Do not disregard it. Hear my words, and be blessed. Blessed are those who watch daily at my door, and wait at my gate. Blessed are those who find me, and gain life, and receive the Lord's favor. But those who do not find me harm themselves. All who hate me delight in death. Proverbs chapter 9. Wisdom has built her house. She has set up its 7 pillars. She has prepared her food. She has mixed her wine. She has set her table. She has sent out her maidservants. She has called out from the highest point of the city who is simple, and does not understand, who is ignorant, and does not know. The wise woman, who is she? She is the one who has built her house. She has set up its 7 pillars. She has prepared her food. She has mixed her wine. She has set her table. She has sent out her maidens to call from the highest point of the city. Who is the foolish woman, who does not understand? Who is the ignorant woman, who does not know? The wise woman, who is she? She is the one who has built her house. She has set up its 7 pillars. She has prepared her food. She has mixed her wine. She has set her table. She sends her maidservants to call out from the highest point of the city. Who is the simple man, who does not understand? Who is the ignorant man, who does not know? The wise woman, who is she? She is the one who builds her house. She calls out from the city gate, let the simple man come to my house. To the ignorant man she says, come eat the food I have prepared. Drink the wine I have mixed. Abandon folly, and live. Walk in the way of understanding. He who approves a SC offer will be cursed. He who rebukes a wicked man will be shamed. Do not reprove SC offer, lest he hate you. Rebuke a wise man, and he will love you. Teach a discerning man, and he will grow wiser. Admonish a righteous man, and he will increase in learning. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. To know the Holy One is to be wise, for wisdom will add years to your life, and lengthen your days. If you are wise, you will receive the reward of wisdom. If you mock others, you will suffer alone. Folly is like a wanton woman, sitting at the city gate, in a prominent seat in the town, calling out to those you pass by, let all the foolish come to my house. To the ignorant she says, stolen water is sweet, and food eaten in secret is all the more satisfying. Do they not know where the dead lie? Her guests are in the depths of Sheol. Proverbs chapter 10. The Proverbs of Solomon. A wise son brings joy to his father, but a foolish son brings grief to his mother. Ill-gotten gains do not endure, but righteousness delivers from death. The Lord does not let the righteous go hungry, but the wicked see their hopes dashed. Lazy hands make for poverty. Diligent hands bring wealth. The son who gathers grain in summer is a wise son. The son who dozes at harvest time is a son who brings shame. Blessing crowns the head of the righteous. Violence covers the mouth of the wicked. The name of the righteous is praised, but the name of the wicked shall rot. He who has wisdom in his heart accepts instruction. The chattering fool brings ruin upon himself. He who walks upright keeps his foot secure. He who walks crookedly will be discovered. He who winks maliciously brings sorrow. The chattering fool brings ruin upon himself. The mouth of the righteous is a well of life, but the mouth of the wicked conceals violence. Hatred stirs up strife. Love covers all transgressions. The discerning possess wisdom upon their lips. The fool's back deserves the rod. The wise store up knowledge. The fool's mouth invites destruction. A rich man's wealth is a strong city, but poverty is the ruin of the poor. The reward of the righteous is life, but the portion of the wicked is sin and death. He who heeds instruction shows the way to life. He who despises correction leads others astray. He who conceals hatred with lies, he who spreads slander, is a fool. He who speaks much cannot avoid error. He who guards his lips is wise. The tongue of the righteous is choice gold. The heart of the wicked is worthless. The mouth of the righteous nourishes many, but the fool perishes through folly. The Lord's favor enriches without toil. The fool delights in deceit, but the wise find joy in wisdom. What the wicked dread shall come upon them, but the righteous shall see their hope fulfilled. After the storm, the wicked vanish without trace, but the righteous stand firm forever. The sluggard is to his master like vinegar to the teeth, and smoke to the eyes. Those who fear the Lord shall find life, but the years of the wicked shall be shortened. The hope of the righteous is joy, but the expectation of the wicked comes to nothing. The way of the Lord is a refuge for the upright, but it is the ruin of the wicked. The righteous shall never be uprooted, but the wicked shall not endure. The mouth of the righteous brings forth fruit of wisdom. The tongue of the perverse shall be restrained. The lips of the righteous know what is acceptable, but the mouth of the wicked is full of perversity. Proverbs 11. The Lord detests dishonest scales, but accurate scales are his delight. Pride comes, and disgrace follows. Humility brings wisdom. The integrity of the upright guides them, but the unfaithful perish through deceit. In the day of wrath, wealth is of no avail, but righteousness delivers from death. The righteousness of the blameless makes their path straight, but the wicked are overthrown by their own wickedness. The righteousness of the upright delivers them from trouble, but the unfaithful are ensnared by their own desires. Hope in mortal men fades with them. The promise of their power comes to nothing. The righteous are delivered from trouble, but calamity overtakes the wicked. The godless destroy their neighbors with their words, but the righteous are saved by knowledge. When the righteous prosper, the city rejoices. When the wicked perish, people exult. The blessing of the upright makes the city flourish, but the mouth of the wicked brings it to ruin. He who mocks his neighbor lacks wisdom, but the wise man holds his peace. He who is a tale-bearer reveals secrets, but he who keeps a secret preserves it. A nation falls for lack of counsel, but those who have many counselors prosper. He who is surety for a stranger will suffer loss, but he who refuses to give a handshake of surety will be secure. A gracious woman attains honor. A cruel man gains only wealth. The gracious man benefits himself. The cruel man harms himself. The evildoer receives a false reward. The righteous man receives a true reward. Indeed, the righteous man obtains life. He who pursues evil meets death. The Lord detests the deceitful heart, but delights in the blameless man. Understand this: the wicked shall not escape, but the righteous shall escape. A beautiful woman without wisdom is like a gold ring in a pig's snout. The righteous man's desire ends in good, but the wicked man's hope ends in wrath. The generous man will be enriched, but the stingy man will become poor. The generous shall prosper. He who waters others shall himself be watered. He who hoards grain shall be cursed. He who freely gives shall be blessed. He who seeks good shall find favor. He who searches for evil shall meet retribution. He who trusts in riches shall fall. The righteous, however, shall flourish like green leaves. The squanderer shall end up with nothing. The fool shall serve the wise. The fruit of the righteous is a tree of life. The wise preserve their lives. The righteous receive their reward in this world. How much more so the wicked and the sinner? Proverbs 12. He who loves discipline gains wisdom. He who hates reproof is a fool until his death. The Lord delights in the righteous. He who devises evil will be rebuked. The wicked cannot stand, but the righteous will never be shaken. A virtuous woman is her husband's crown. A disgraceful woman is like rotten bones. The counsels of the righteous are upright. The schemes of the wicked are deceitful. The words of the wicked conceal murder. The speech of the upright saves life. The wicked are overthrown and destroyed. The house of the righteous stands firm. Wisdom brings praise. The perverse in heart will be despised. Better to be lowly and have servants, than to pretend to be noble yet go hungry. The righteous care for the needs of their livestock. The kindness of the wicked is but cruelty. He who tills the land shall be satisfied. He who pursues vanity lacks wisdom. The wicked covet the strongholds of the violent, but the foundation of the righteous endures forever. The wicked are ensnared by the sinful words of their mouth. Thus the innocent escape distress. A man is satisfied by the fruit of his lips. The hand reaps what it sows. The fool sees his own way as right, but the wise man listens to counsel. The fool reveals his folly in anger, but the prudent bear insult. The honest witness speaks truth, but the lying witness speaks lies. The rash man's words are like a sword thrust, but the wise man's tongue brings healing. The lips of the faithful endure forever. The lying tongue is but a moment's work. The heart of the wicked devises treachery, but joy is in the men who promote peace. No calamity shall befall the righteous, but the wicked shall be filled with trouble. The Lord detests a lying mouth, but takes delight in those who are faithful. The wise keep knowledge hidden, but the heart of the fool pours out folly. Diligent hands will gain dominion. Laziness leads to drudgery. Anxiety weighs down the heart. Gentle words bring joy. The righteous choose their friends with care. The wicked lead others astray. The sluggard won't even roast his game. The diligent enjoy the spoils of their hunt. The path of the righteous leads to life. That way leads to eternal life. Proverbs chapter 13. A wise son heeds his father's instruction, but a sc offer will not accept reproof. A man reaps the fruit of his words. The unfaithful crave violence. He who guards his mouth preserves his life. A man of loose lips will come to ruin. The mouth of the sluggard yearns for food, but the mouth of the diligent is well fed. The righteous detest falsehood, but the wicked bring hatred upon themselves. He who brings shame upon himself. Righteousness guards the upright. Evil overturns the sinner. Some pretend to be rich, yet possess nothing. Some feign poverty, while holding vast wealth. Wealth can redeem life, but the poor cannot withstand harsh rebuke. The righteous shine brightly, while the wicked's light is extinguished. Where there is strife, pride abounds, but those who heed counsel gain wisdom. Unrighteous wealth gradually vanishes. He who gathers little by little increases his wealth. Hope deferred makes the heart sick. A wish fulfilled is like a tree of life. He who despises instruction shall bear his own guilt. He who keeps the commandment shall receive a reward. The instruction of the wise is a fountain of life, to turn a man away from the snares of death. The prudent man acts with discernment, but the fool reveals his folly. The wise man acts with discretion, but the fool reveals his folly. The messenger of evil brings his own ruin. The faithful messenger brings healing. He who despises discipline will come to poverty and shame. He who heeds reproof will be honored. A wish fulfilled is sweet, but the fool despises turning from evil. Walk with the wise and become wise. Associate with fools and suffer harm. Misfortune pursues the sinner, but the righteous receive good fortune. The good leave an inheritance for their children, but the sinner's wealth is stored up for the righteous. The land cultivated by the diligent feeds the poor, but the unjust devour the land. He who disciplines his child loves him, but he who spares the rod will have to bear the consequences. The righteous eat to their fill, but the wicked's belly shall hunger. Proverbs chapter 14. A wise woman builds her house. A foolish woman tears it down with her own hands. Those who fear the Lord walk uprightly. Those who despise him harbor deceit in their hearts. The mouth of the fool spouts pride. The lips of the wise protect them. No manger is ever empty, but the strength of the ox brings harvest. An honest witness does not lie. A lying witness pours out falsehoods. Those who mock wisdom will not find it, but the wise gain knowledge readily. Keep far from the fool, for from his mouth comes no knowledge. The wise consider their ways. The folly of fools is deceit. Fools mock at reparation, but the upright are full of favor. Each man bears his own sorrow. No one shares his joy. The wicked man's house shall fall, but the righteous man's tent shall flourish. There is a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way of death. Though laughter may be upon his lips, yet sorrow is in his heart. Joy turns to mourning. The deceitful shall reap their reward. The righteous shall receive their reward. The fool trusts in everything, but the prudent man acts with caution. The wise man fears the Lord and shuns evil, but the fool is arrogant in self-minus assured. The violent man acts foolishly, and he who devises evil schemes is detested. The fool inherits folly, but the crown of the wise is knowledge. The wicked will bow before the righteous, and the deceitful will kneel at the door of the upright. The poor are despised even by their neighbors, but the rich have many friends. He who despises his neighbor is detestable. He who shows compassion to the needy is blessed. Does not he who devises evil walk crookedly? But he who devises good finds favor and faithfulness. All who labor will prosper, but those who speak idly will fall into poverty. The wealth of the wise is their crown, but the folly of fools invites folly. An honest witness delivers life, but a lying witness practices deceit. Those who fear the Lord have a stronghold. Their children find refuge. The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life, keeping one from the snares of death. Many people are a king's glory, but a king without subjects is doomed to fall. The patient possess broad insight. The hasty reveal their folly. A tranquil heart brings joy to the body. Envy corrodes the bones. To oppress the poor is to despise their Maker. To show mercy to the afflicted is to honor God. When calamity strikes, the wicked are overthrown. Though the righteous die, they find rest. Wisdom dwells in the heart of the discerning. Even among fools, she shines forth. Righteousness exalts a nation, but sin brings down a people. A king delights in wise servants, but a disgraced servant stirs his anger. Proverbs 15. A gentle answer turns away wrath, but harsh words stir up anger. The tongue of the wise proclaims knowledge. The mouth of the fool pours out folly. The eyes of the Lord search the whole earth, to see both the wicked and the righteous. A gentle tongue is a tree of life, but a perverse tongue breaks the spirit. The fool despises his father's instruction, but he who heeds reproof is wise. The house of the righteous has abundant treasure, but the income of the wicked brings ruin. The lips of the wise impart knowledge, but the heart of the fool is not upright. The Lord detests the sacrifice of evildoers, yet delights in the prayer of the upright. The Lord abhors the way of the wicked, but delights in those who pursue righteousness. Those who stray from the path shall face severe punishment. Those who despise discipline shall meet their end. Death and destruction are laid bare before the Lord. How much more the heart of man? Mockers detest correction, and thus shun the wise. A joyful heart makes the face smile, but a broken spirit dries up the bones. The discerning seek knowledge, but the mouth of fools craves folly. All days of oppression are bitter, but a joyful heart has a continual feast. Better is a little with the Lord than great revenue with turmoil. Better is a meal of herbs where love is than a fattened calf with strife is better than a fat calf eaten with hatred. A hot-minded impotent man stirs up strife, but a patient man calms it down. The way of the sluggard is overgrown with thorns, but the path of the upright is level and broad. A wise son brings joy to his father, but a foolish man despises his mother. Folly brings joy to the foolish, but the wise man holds fast to integrity. He who plans without counsel fails, but with many advisers a plan succeeds. A man rejoices when he receives a fitting answer. How precious is a timely word! The path of the wise leads upward, lest they fall into the pit. The Lord tears down the house of the proud, but establishes the widow's boundary. The Lord detests the thoughts of the wicked, but gracious words are pure in his sight. The greedy man brings ruin upon his household. He who hates bribes will live. The heart of the righteous ponders how to answer. The mouth of the wicked pours out calamity. The Lord is far from the wicked, but he hears the prayer of the righteous. The light in the messenger's eyes brings joy to the heart. Good news strengthens the bones. He who heeds the instruction of life shall dwell among the wise. He who despises discipline despises himself. He who listens to reproof gains understanding. The instruction of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. Humility precedes honor. Proverbs 16. A man's heart plans his course, but the Lord directs his steps. A man may think all his ways are pure, but the Lord weighs the heart. Commit your works to the Lord, and trust in him. He will accomplish them. The Lord brings every matter to its proper conclusion. Even the wicked are prepared for the day of calamity. The Lord detests every proud heart. Be assured they shall not escape punishment. Through loving kindness, kindness and faithfulness, sins are atoned for the fear of the Lord keeps one far from evil. If the Lord delights in a man's ways, he will make even his enemies be at peace with him. Better to have little and act justly, than to have much and act unjustly. A man may devise his own course, but the Lord directs his steps. The king's mouth is as an oracle. His tongue utters no falsehood. The scales and balances of truth belong to the Lord. The weights in the bag are his work. The king detests injustice, for the foundation of the king's throne is righteousness. The king delights in truthful lips, and favors those who speak with integrity. A king's wrath is like the messenger of death, but the wise can appease it. The king's favor is like the clouds of spring rain, bringing life. Wisdom is better than gold. Understanding is better than silver. The path of the upright avoids evil. Those who guard their ways preserve their lives. Pride precedes destruction. A haughty spirit precedes a fall. Better to share with the poor in humility than to divide the spoil with the proud. Those who heed instruction will prosper. Blessed are those who trust in the Lord. The wise are called discerning. Gentle words make one teachable. Prudence is the wellspring of life for the wise. Folly, however, invites punishment. The hearts of the wise guard their tongues. Their lips each other's. Gentle words are like honeycombs, sweetening the soul and strengthening the bones. There is a way that seems right to a man, but whose end is the way of death. The appetite of the laborer serves him well. Hunger drives them on. The wicked devise mischief. Their lips are like a flaming fire. The perverse stir up strife. The slanderer separates close friends. The violent man entices his neighbor, and leads him into an evil way. The winking eye plots evil. He who keeps his lips sealed plots evil. Gray hair is a crown of glory, to be found in the way of righteousness. Patience overcomes the warrior, and self-minus control overcomes the capture of a city. The lot is cast into the net, but its decision is from the Lord. Proverbs 17. Better to eat dry bread in peace than a house full of feasting with strife. A wise servant will rule over a disgraceful son and share in the master's inheritance. Silver is tested in the furnace and gold in the fire, but the Lord tests the heart. The wicked listen to deceitful lips, and liars prick up their ears to a tongue that destroys. Those who mock the poor despise their maker. The gloater will be punished. Children are the crown of the aged. Parents are the glory of their children. A glib tongue does not suit the godless fool, much less lying lips before a king. The briber sees his gift as a shield, thinking he will prosper everywhere. He who covers over an offense with kindness will win the friendship of a close friend. He who dwells on an offense will scatter close friends. Rebuke instructs the discerning, but a fool needs 100 lashes. The wicked stir up God's wrath. The angel of death will come upon them. Better to meet a mother bear robbed of her cubs than a fool who repays good with evil. Misfortune never leaves his house. Strife is like a bursting dam. Quit quarreling before it begins. The Lord detests to things releasing the guilty and condemning the innocent. Can a fool buy wisdom? He cannot comprehend it. Friends remain, Like brothers, in times of trouble, brothers become closer. A fool swears an oath, and guarantees for his neighbor. The quarrelsome delight in sin, building lofty gates, invites destruction. Those with evil intentions shall not prosper. A perverse tongue will bring calamity. Foolish children bring grief to their parents. Ignorant fools rob their parents of joy. A cheerful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. The wicked accept bribes in secret to pervert justice. The wise pay attention to wisdom, but the eyes of fools wander to the ends of the earth. A foolish son causes grief to his father, and anguish to the mother who bore him. It is not right to punish the innocent, nor to oppress the upright magistrate. The prudent are cautious in speech, and those of discernment are calm. If a fool keeps silent, he is considered wise. If he restrains his words, he is regarded as discerning. Proverbs 18. He who is contentious brings ruin upon himself. He who is quarrelsome invites disgrace. A fool delights in folly, and thinks himself wise. When evil comes, he shows contempt. When disgrace comes, he utters insults. The words of his mouth are like deep waters. The wellspring of wisdom is like a flowing stream. To favor the wicked and oppress the righteous is not a good thing. A fool's mouth invites strife. Their mouths invite the left. A fool's mouth is his ruin. His lips are a snare to his life. A gossip is like a delicious dish that satisfies the appetite. A sluggard is like a brother who destroys. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run to it and are safe. A rich man's wealth is his strong city. He thinks high walls are impregnable. Before a foe comes pride of heart. Humility precedes honor. Answering before listening is folly and disgrace. One may endure sickness, but who can bear a broken spirit? The wise seek knowledge, the discerning seek understanding. Gifts open doors to the powerful. In a lawsuit, the first to speak seems right, until the other comes to challenge. The lot settles disputes. It keeps out the mighty foe. A brother wronged is harder to breach than a fortified city. A dispute is like the iron bars of a stronghold. A man is satisfied by the fruit of his mouth. By the fruit of his lips he is filled. The tongue holds the power of life and death. Those who love it will eat its fruit. He who finds a virtuous wife has found a good thing, and has obtained favor from the Lord. The poor man pleads for mercy, but the rich man answers harshly. He who befriends the unfaithful will soon be ruined, but a friend who is as close as a brother. Proverbs 19. The poor man whose conduct is upright is better than the perverse fool who speaks with deceit. It is not good to ask for what one does not need. How can hasty feet find the way? A man's folly brings his own ruin, yet he still rages against the Lord. Wealth brings many friends, but the poor man's close friend abandons him. He who bears false witness shall not escape. He who utters lies shall not be delivered. Many flatter those in power. The bribe minus taker has friends everywhere, but the poor man's kinsmen all forsake him. Will not friends be even more distant? The poor man cries out and pursues, yet finds no trace. He who gains wisdom loves life. He who keeps understanding will be blessed. He who bears false witness will be punished. He who spreads lies will perish. It is not fitting for a fool to dwell in luxury. It is absurd for a servant to rule over princes. It is even more preposterous. Wisdom brings patience. Forgiving faults is honorable. A king's wrath is like a lion's roar. His favor is like dew upon the grass. Foolish children ruin their father. A quarrelsome wife is like a leaking roof. House and wealth are an inheritance from fathers. A wise wife is a gift from the Lord. Slothfulness casts one into a deep sleep. The sluggard shall surely suffer hunger. He who keeps the commandment preserves his life. He who despises the law shall perish. He who is kind to the poor lends to the Lord. He will repay him for his deed. Discipline your children, for there is hope. Do not willingly help to bring about death. The violent man shall be punished. If you save a life, you will save it again. Listen to admonition, and receive instruction, and you will gain wisdom. Many are the plans in a man's heart, but the counsel of the Lord stands firm. What a man desires is enduring kind. Better to be poor than to speak lies. The fear of the Lord brings life. Those who fear the Lord will dwell securely, and calamity shall be far from him. The sluggard buries his hand in the dish, and will not even bring it to his mouth. The fool mocks wisdom, and scorns instruction. He reproaches the discerning, but he himself gains knowledge. He who steals from his father, and drives out his mother, is a son who brings shame. My son, if you heed instruction, you will turn away from words of knowledge. The false witness mocks justice. The wicked mouth devours iniquity. The fool must be beaten. The senseless man must be whipped. Proverbs 20. Wine is a mocker, beer a brawler. Those enticed by them are not wise. A king's wrath is like the roar of a lion. He who provokes him will lose his life. It is man's glory to turn away from strife, but fools rush into quarrels. The sluggard does not plow in season, and at harvest time he looks but finds nothing. The heart is deeper than the sea. Only the discerning can fathom it. Many profess eternal love, yet faithful souls are rare indeed. The righteous walk in integrity, their descendants blessed. The king sits in judgment, sifting all evil with his eyes. Who can say, my heart is pure, I am blameless, or use different weights, or different measures? The Lord detests them all. Even a child's actions reveal their nature. How then can their conduct be upright? The Lord has made the ear to hear, and the eye to see. The sluggard shall come to poverty, but the diligent shall be well fed. The buyer says, this is bad, this is bad. Yet in the blink of an eye he boasts, I have obtained a good thing, though gold and rubies abound. The words of knowledge are precious stones. He who stands surety for a stranger shall forfeit his own garment. He who guarantees for another shall take his garment as pledge. Food gained by deceit may seem sweet, but in the end it will be swallowed with gravel. When planning, consult the wise. When marching, seek counsel. The talkative man betrays secrets. Keep far from the chatterbox. He who curses his father or mother shall have his lamp extinguished in darkness. He who hastens to inherit his estate will forfeit his blessing. Do not speak, for I will repay. Wait for the Lord, and he will vindicate you. The Lord detests a false balance, and does not delight in deceitful scales. A man's steps are directed by the Lord. How then can he understand his own way? A rash fowl, made in haste, are but a snare. A discerning king sifts out the wicked, and crushes them with the threshing wheel. The heart is the lamp of the Lord, illuminating the innermost secrets. Loyalty and faithfulness establish a king, and his throne is upheld by steadfastness. The glory of youth lies in strength, while gray hair adorns the aged. The rod drives out wickedness, and discipline purifies the heart. Psalm Proverbs 21. The king's heart is in the Lord's hand. Like channels of water, he turns it wherever he wills. A man may think his way is right, but the Lord weighs the heart. To do what is just and upright is more pleasing to the Lord than sacrifice. The eyes of the proud, and the heart of the wicked. The field of the wicked becomes barren, yielding only sin. The plans of the diligent will prosper, but the hasty man sinks into poverty. Wealth gained by deceit is like a fleeting mist, a deadly snare. The wicked are dragged away by their violence, for they refuse to do what is right. The way of the guilty is corrupt, but the conduct of the upright is blameless. Better to dwell on the corner of a roof than share a house with a quarrelsome wife. The wicked lust after sin. Neighbors find no compassion in them. When scoffers are punished, fools gain wisdom. Heeding the wise man's counsel brings knowledge. The righteous observe the wicked's hand to bring them down. Whoever shuts their ears to the poor's cry will find no one to answer their own cry. A gift given in secret appeases anger. A bribe concealed in a garment quells fierce anger. Upholding justice brings joy to the righteous, but causes the wicked to tremble. Those who stray from the path of prudence shall dwell among the dead. The pleasure minus loving shall fall into poverty. The wine minus drinker and oil minus feaster shall never prosper. The wicked suffer punishment for the righteous. The unfaithful atone for the upright. Better to dwell in the wilderness than with a quarrelsome, nagging wife. The wise store up choice food and wine, while the foolish greedily devour. Those who pursue justice and kindness shall find life, and wealth and honor. The wise can capture the strong man's city, and destroy the stronghold he relies on. He who guards his tongue shall keep far from calamity. The proud and arrogant are branded with scorn. Their deeds are reckless and violent. The sluggard's greed leads to ruin, for his hands refuse labor. He spends his days craving more, yet the righteous give generously. The wicked's offerings are detestable, offered with malice. They are abhorrent. False witnesses will perish. Those who listen carefully will bear witness successfully. The wicked man is full of arrogance, but the upright man is thoughtful. All wisdom that opposes the Lord, plans and schemes, will come to nothing. Horses are prepared for the day of battle, but victory belongs to the Lord. Proverbs chapter 22. A good name is better than great riches. Esteem is better than silver and gold. Both rich and poor have this in common: the Lord made them. The wise man sees trouble and hides. The fool's way leads to ruin. The fear of the Lord is wisdom. Blessed is he who finds it. The wicked man's path is strewn with snares and traps, but those who guard their lives keep far from them. Train up a child in the way he should go. Even when he is old, he will not depart from it. The rich man rules over the poor. The borrower is slave to the lender. Woe to him who does wrong. The rod they wield in anger shall be broken. The generous shall be blessed, for sharing food with the poor. Drive out the SC offer, and strife shall cease. Quarrels and insults shall vanish. Those who cherish a pure heart and speak gently shall find favor with the king. The Lord's eyes guard knowledge, but frustrate the words of the unfaithful. The sluggard says, "There is a lion outside. I shall perish in the streets." The adulteress's mouth is a deep pit, into which falls the man whom the Lord abhors. Folly is bound up in the heart of a child. The rod of discipline shall drive it away. He who oppresses the poor to increase his wealth, and gives to the rich, will ultimately harm both. 30 sayings. First instruction: incline your ear to the counsel of the wise, and apply your heart to my instruction. Keep these sayings in mind, that your mouth may speak, and your heart may hold fast to what I teach you today, that you may rely on the Lord. Have I not written 30 sayings for you? These sayings are filled with wisdom and instruction, to guide you in integrity and truthful speech, so that you may report truthfully to those you serve. Second, do not oppress the poor in their distress, nor crush the afflicted in court, for the Lord will plead their cause, life for life. Third, do not associate with a hot-tempered man, nor keep company with a wrathful man, lest you learn his ways and fall into a snare. Proverbs: for do not be one who shakes hands to pledge, or becomes surety for a debt. For if you cannot repay, even your bed will be taken from you. Proverbs 5. Do not move the ancient boundary stones set by your ancestors. Proverbs 23:6. Have you seen a skilled craftsman? He stands in the presence of kings, not in the presence of lowly officials. 7. When you sit at the king's table, take heed to the food before you. If you are greedy, cut your throat with a knife. Do not covet his delicacies, for that food is but illusion. 8. Do not toil for wealth, nor trust in your own understanding. Wealth is fleeting, like an eagle soaring to the heavens. Proverbs 9. Do not partake of the miser's feast, nor covet his delicacies, for he will ultimately reckon the cost. He invites you to dine, yet his heart is not with you. Every morsel you eat will be vomited forth, and your flattery rendered vain. Music. Proverbs 10. Do not converse with fools, they will despise your wisdom. Proverbs 11. Do not move ancient boundary stones. Do not seize the fields of orphans, for their defender is mighty. He will vindicate you. Proverbs 12. Listen intently to instruction. Incline your ear to knowledge. Proverbs 13. Do not withhold correction from a child, Chastise him with the rod. He shall not die. Chastise him with the rod, and save him from death. Proverbs 14. My son, if you understand in your heart, my heart shall rejoice. When your lips speak what is right, my heart shall rejoice. Proverbs 15. Do not envy the wicked, but delight in the fear of the Lord, and you will have a future, and your hope will not be cut off. Proverbs 16. My son, listen to wisdom, and direct your heart towards the right path. Do not associate with drunkards and gluttons, for drunkards and gluttons will come to poverty, and slumber is clothed in rags. 17th Proverb. Obey the father who gives you life. Do not despise an aged mother. Acquire truth and do not sell it. Treasure wisdom, instruction, and discernment. A father who raises a wise son rejoices. A father who bears a discerning child delights in him. May your parents be glad. May the mother who bore you rejoice. Proverbs 18. My son, give me your heart. Let your eyes observe my ways. For the adulteress is a deep pit, the wayward wife a narrow well. She lies in wait like a robber, increasing the number of the unfaithful. Proverbs 19. Who is in trouble? Who is in strife? Who is full of complaints? Who is wounded without cause? Whose eyes run red? Those who linger over wine, those who sip from the mingled cup. Do not crave wine. Do not gaze upon its shimmer in the glass. Do not covet its smoothness on the tongue, for it will bite like a serpent. It will gnaw like a viper. Your vision will be distorted. Your thoughts will be disordered. You will lie as though upon the sea, as though upon the mast of a ship. They strike me, yet I feel no pain. They lash me, yet I feel no sting. When shall I awaken to drink wine again? Proverbs 20. For 20. Do not envy the wicked. Do not covet all they possess, for their hearts devise violence. Their lips speak of rebellion. Proverbs 21. Wisdom builds a house, and by understanding they establish it. Knowledge fills the house with riches. Proverbs 20. To the wise prevail by strength. Those with knowledge hold authority. Warfare requires strategy. The counsel of many brings victory. Proverbs 23. The foolish cannot comprehend wisdom. At the city gate assembly, they must not open their mouths. Proverbs 24. Those who devise evil are called deceitful. A foolish plan is sin. The world detests a sc offer. Proverbs 25. If you falter in times of trouble, how small is your strength? Rescue those being led to death. Halt those staggering towards the slaughterhouse. If you say, we know nothing of this, does not the one who searches hearts know? Does not the keeper of your life understand? Does he not repay each person according to their deeds? Proverbs 26. 26. My son, eat honey, for it is good. The honey from the honeycomb makes your mouth sweet. Know that wisdom is like honey. If you gain wisdom, you will have hope for the future. Your hope will not be disappointed. Proverbs 27. Do not lurk like a thief in the house of the righteous, nor plunder their dwelling place. For though the righteous fall 7 times, they shall rise again. But when calamity strikes the wicked, they shall fall and not rise. Proverbs 28. Do not rejoice when your adversaries stumble, nor let your heart be glad when they fall, lest the Lord see and be displeased. Lest the Lord see it and be displeased, and turn his wrath away from them. Proverbs 29. Do not fret because of evildoers, nor be envious of the wicked, for there is no future for the evildoer. The lamp of the wicked will be extinguished. Proverbs 30. My son, fear the Lord and the king. Do not associate with rebellious officials, for both will bring sudden destruction upon them. Who knows what calamity they may bring? These 2 are the sayings of the wise. Partiality and false judgment are not good deeds. To say to the guilty, you are not guilty, is to incur the curse of all peoples, and the condemnation of nations. But blessed is he who condemns the guilty. Abundant blessings shall come upon them. An honest answer is like a kiss on the lips. First prepare the fields for labor, make ready the furrows, then build your house. Do not bear false witness against your neighbor. How can you speak deceitfully with your lips? Do not say, I will repay them as they have repaid me, An eye for an eye. I passed by the field of the sluggard, and the vineyard of the ignorant man. Thorns had overgrown it. Weeds had taken root. The stone wall had crumbled. I observed carefully, and learned from what I saw a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest. And poverty will come like a robber, and want like an armed man. Proverbs 25. These are the Proverbs of Solomon, which Hezekiah king of Judah made his servants write. The secret things belong unto the Lord our God, but those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever. How high the heavens, how deep the earth, so is the king's heart in the recesses of judgment. As silver is refined to become a vessel, so a man is refined to become a vessel of honor. Do not exalt yourself in the presence of the king, nor contend with nobles for honor. Let the king summon you to his presence and say, Come up. Then he will not disgrace you among the nobles. Do not rush to bring a case before the court concerning what you have seen. If you accuse your neighbor, and he disgraces you, what will you gain in the end? Do not reveal secrets, lest the listener disgrace you, and the accusation be upheld. A just verdict is like golden apples in a silver setting. The rebuke of the wise to the attentive ear is like gold earrings and a gold ornament. A faithful messenger to the one who sent him is like refreshing drinks in harvest time, reviving the heart of his master. Boasting of gifts not given is like clouds and wind without rain. Admonish the king with patience. Gentle words can break a bone. If you find honey, do not gorge yourself, lest you vomit. Do not frequent your neighbor's door, lest you become detestable. He who bears false witness against his neighbor is like a club, a sword, a sharp arrow. To rely on the unfaithful in distress is like a broken tooth, a lame foot. To strip one's garment in cold weather is like pouring vinegar on a wound. So too is singing a cheerful song to a sorrowful heart. If your enemy is hungry, give him food to eat. If he is thirsty, give him water to drink. By doing this, you will heap burning coals on his head, and the Lord will reward you. A deceitful tongue is like the north wind bringing unexpected rain, causing panic and confusion. Better to dwell in the corner of a roof, rather than dwell with a quarrelsome wife. Good tidings from afar are like cold water to a weary soul. When the righteous yield to the wicked, they are like a blocked spring, a polluted well. Gorging on honey is no good, nor is prying into hidden matters a glory. A man lacking self-control is like a city whose walls have been breached. Proverbs 26. A fool is not worthy of honor, like summer snow, or rain in harvest time. A curse without cause, like a flying sparrow, or a passing swallow, will come to nothing. A horse needs a whip, a donkey needs a bridle, a fool's back needs a rod. Do not answer a fool according to his folly, lest you become like him. Answer a fool according to his folly. He imagines himself wise. Entrusting a message to a fool is like cutting off one's own feet, or drinking poison. A proverb from a fool's mouth is like a lame man's useless leg. Tying stones to a sling is like bestowing honor upon a fool. A proverb from a fool's mouth is like a thorn bush in a drunkard's hand. Hiring a fool or a passer-by is like an archer shooting at random. A dog returns to its own vomit, and a fool repeats his folly. Have you seen a man who is wise in his own eyes? There is hope for a fool. He is not as bad as they are. The sluggard says, There is a lion in the road, a fierce beast in the streets. The sluggard burrows into his bed. As the door hinge turns on its hinge, the sluggard buries his hand in the dish, and finds it too much trouble to bring it to his mouth. The sluggard who thinks himself wiser than 7 wise men is utterly foolish. He who grasps a stray dog by the ear is like one who stirs up a quarrel not his own. He who deceives his neighbor and says, I was only joking, is like a madman shooting deadly flaming arrows. Like a madman shooting deadly flaming arrows. Without fuel, the fire dies. Without rumors, strife ceases. Strife to the agitator is like embers to smoldering ashes, or kindling to raging flames. The words of the gossip are like delicacies, penetrating deep, into the heart, like silver dross clinging to pottery. Eager lips conceal a venomous heart. The enemy disguises himself with his lips, yet harbors deceit within his heart. Though his words may be sweet, do not trust him lightly, for his heart is filled with 7 abominations. His malice may be concealed, but his wickedness shall be exposed before all. He who digs a pit shall fall into it. He who rolls a stone shall have it roll back upon him. The lying tongue hates those it wounds. The flattering mouth brings destruction. Proverbs 27. Do not boast of tomorrow, for you know not what a day may bring. Let others praise you, not your own boasting. Let outsiders extol you, not your own boasting. A stone is heavy, sand is heavy, but a fool's provocation weighs heavier than both. Anger is cruel, fierce anger overflows, but who can withstand jealousy? Open rebuke is better than hidden affection. A friend's rebuke is trustworthy, but an enemy's kisses are as numerous as the hairs of an ox. A satisfied man is like honey from a comb, but to the hungry, even bitter tastes sweet. A wanderer is like a bird far from its nest. Perfume and incense are pleasing to the heart. A friend's counsel is more precious. Do not forsake your friend, nor the friend of your kin. Do not go to your kind in distress. A neighbor near is better than a kinsman far away. My son, be wise, and bring joy to my heart, that I may answer those who mock me. The wise man sees trouble and hides, but the fool presses on. He who sows to the wind, he who pledges himself for a stranger, shall forfeit his own garment. He who pledges himself for a stranger shall forfeit his own garment. He who blesses his neighbor with a loud voice in the morning, it shall be counted as a curse. A quarrelsome wife is like a leaky roof in rainy weather. To restrain her is like restraining the wind. He who grasps soil with his hands, iron sharpens iron, and one man sharpens another. So it is with friends who stir one another up. He who tends the fig tree eats its fruit. He who cares for his master will be honored. As a mirror reflects the face, so the heart reflects the person. Death and destruction are never satisfied, and so are the eyes of man. Silver is tested in the furnace, and gold in the fire, but the heart is tested by praise. Though you grind a fool in a mortar, as grain is crushed in a mortar, you cannot rid them of their folly. Keep watch over your flock. Pay attention to your herds. For wealth does not endure forever, nor does a throne endure through generations. The grass withers, and new growth springs up. The mountain pastures yield no more. Lambs become your clothing, and goats become the price of your fields. You shall be satisfied with the milk of sheep, and have milk for your maidstans. Proverbs 28. Though no one pursues the wicked, they flee, but the righteous are as bold as a lion. When a nation rebels, officials multiply, but a wise king establishes the land. He who oppresses the poor is like a torrent sweeping away the land, but he who turns away from instruction will come to ruin. He who heeds instruction will keep far from calamity. He who keeps instruction will find peace. The wicked do not understand justice, but all who seek the Lord understand it. The poor who walk in integrity are better than the rich who walk in perversity. A wise son heeds instruction, but a son who delights in lusts dishonors his father. He who takes interest and oppresses the poor, the hoarded wealth, shall belong to those who show mercy to the poor. If one is deaf to instruction, even their prayers become an abomination. He who leads the upright astray shall fall into the snare he has set. The blameless shall be richly blessed. The rich may think themselves wise, but the discerning poor see through their folly. When the righteous triumph, all rejoice. When the wicked rule, people hide. Those who conceal their sins find no success. Those who confess and forsake their sins shall find mercy. Those who fear the Lord will always rejoice. The hard-hearted will fall into calamity. The wicked rule over helpless people, like a roaring lion, a charging bear. A tyrannical ruler rampages. Those who detest ill-gotten gains shall reign long. Those tormented by murder shall plunge into the grave. No one can hinder the righteous. The blameless shall be preserved. The deceitful shall fall into the pit. Those who till the soil shall eat their fill. Those who chase vanity shall taste poverty. The faithful shall be richly blessed. The covetous shall be punished. To favor the unrighteous is no good deed. Yet men will do evil for a single loaf. The miser hastens to grow rich, unknowing that poverty awaits him. He who rebukes will find favor, more than he who flatters with smooth words. He who sees his parents' wealth and claims innocence is a partner with the destroyer. The greedy stir up strife. He who trusts in the Lord shall prosper. He who trusts in himself is a fool. He who walks in wisdom shall be preserved. He who gives to the poor shall not want. He who closes his eyes to the poor shall receive many curses. The wicked shall reign. When the people hide, the wicked perish. The righteous flourish. Proverbs chapter 29. He who is repeatedly rebuked, yet remains obstinate, shall suddenly meet destruction. Irretrievable. The righteous flourish. The people rejoice. When the wicked rule, the people sigh. He who loves wisdom brings joy to his father. He who associates with prostitutes wastes his wealth. When a king acts justly, and the kingdom is established, but the covetous man brings ruin to the land. He who flatters his neighbor has set a snare for himself. The wicked are ensnared by their own iniquity, but the righteous rejoice. The righteous plead for the poor, but the wicked show no concern. Mockers stir up a city, but the wise man calms the rage. If a fool goes to court with a wise man, the fool will rage and mock, finding no peace. The bloodthirsty man hates the upright, plotting to kill the upright. The fool gives full vent to his anger, but the wise man calms the strife. If a king listens to lies, his servants become treacherous. The poor and the oppressor share the same evil ways. The Lord makes both see their ways. If a king judges the poor with justice, his throne shall be established forever. Discipline and reproof give wisdom, but a child left to himself brings shame to his mother. When the wicked prosper, iniquity increases, but the righteous shall see their downfall. Discipline your children, and they will bring you peace, and fulfill your heart's desire. Without revelation, people indulge their passions, but blessed are those who heed wise instruction. A servant who only hears admonition, even if he understands reason, will not obey. Have you seen a man who speaks rashly? Even a fool has hope, but they are worse. A servant spoiled at childhood will become arrogant in his old age. A hot-tempered man stirs up strife, and a wrathful man commits many transgressions. Pride brings one low, but the humble will be honored. He who conspires with a thief is his own enemy. They swear to bear witness, yet they dare not testify. He who fears man falls into a snare, but he who trusts in the Lord shall be kept. Many seek the favor of a king, but righteousness comes from the Lord. The righteous abhor the deceitful, the wicked hate the upright. Music. Proverbs chapter 30. The instruction of Ahikam, son of Jacob. Words inspired by the Spirit. This man's declaration to eat I though weary. O Lord, I shall prevail. I am but a beast, not of the human race. I possess no human wisdom, have not learned understanding, nor grasped the knowledge of the Holy One, who has ascended to heaven and descended, who has gathered the wind in his fists, who has wrapped up the waters in his garment, who has established all the ends of the earth. What is his name, and what is his son's name? You know all these things. How pure is the word of the Lord! He is a shield to all who take refuge in him. Add not unto his words, lest he rebuke thee, and thou be found a liar. O Lord, two things I ask of thee, do not cast me off in the day of my death. Keep falsehood and lies far from me. Give me neither poverty, nor riches, but only the daily bread I need. Lest, sated, I forget you, and say, Who is the Lord? Or, in poverty, I steal, and profane the name of my God. Do not slander the servant to his master, lest he curse you, and you bear the consequences. Some curse their father, and do not bless their mother, who deem themselves pure, yet retain their defilement, whose eyes are haughty, and gaze with contempt, whose teeth are like swords, and whose lips like blades, devouring the poo of the earth, and destroying the afflicted of the world. The louse has 2 daughters, who cry out, "Give more, give more." There are 3 things that are never satisfied, and for that are never filled: the grave, the barren womb, the parched land, the devouring flame. The eye that mocks its father, and scorns its mother, shall be pecked out by the ravens of the valley, and devoured by the vultures. 3 things are too mysterious for me. For things I cannot fathom: the path of an eagle soaring through the air, the way a serpent winds through the rocks, the course of a ship upon the vast sea, and the path of a man who commits adultery with a maiden. This is the way of the adulteress: she wipes her mouth after feasting, and declares, "I am without fault." 3 things make the earth tremble, for things the earth cannot bear: a servant ascending to the throne, a fool feasting all day, a lowly woman marrying a noble husband, a maid replacing her mistress, though small in stature. These 4 creatures possess great wisdom: the ant, though feeble, stores grain in summer; the hawk, though weak, nests upon perilous cliff; the locust, without a king, marches in orderly ranks; the lizard, though caught by hand, dwells within the palace. 3 things walk with dignity, for move with solemnity: the lion, lord of beasts, fears no foe; the proud Minos-headed Billy Minos goat, and the steadfast king. If you feign folly and exalt yourself, or harbor treacherous designs, then cover your own mouth, stir the cream and you get cream, pinch the nose and blood flows, provoke a man and strife arises. Proverbs chapter 31. The instruction of King Lemuel, which his mother taught him. My son, hearken, my child of my womb, take heed. My son, you are the answer to my prayers. Do not squander your strength upon women, nor expend your vigor upon those who corrupt kings. Lemuel, a king ought not so. A king must not be given to wine. A ruler must not be given to strong drink, lest they drink and forget the law, and deprive the oppressed of their rights. Let beer be for those who are perishing. Let wine be for those who are sorrowful. Let them drink and forget their troubles, no longer remembering their hardship. Speak for those who cannot speak for themselves. Defend the rights of the destitute. Administer justice fairly. Advocate for the oppressed. Uphold justice for the poor and needy. A virtuous wife is exceedingly rare. Her worth far surpasses rubies. Her husband has full confidence in her, and lacks no valuable possession. She brings him happiness all his days, and no harm. She seeks out wool and flax, and works with willing hands, like a merchant ship from the sea. She brings her food from afar. She rises while it is yet night, and provides food for her household, and tasks for her maidservants. She considers a field and buys it. With the fruit of her hands she plants a vineyard. She diligently manages the household. Her strong arms labor with vigor. She discerns profitable ventures. Her lamp burns through the night, spindle in hand. She turns that sits between her fingers. She opens her arms to the poor, extends her hand to the needy. When snow falls, she fears not the cold within her home, for all her family are clothed in scarlet. She makes bedding for her couch, dressed in fine linen purple. Her husband sits among the elders at the city gate, honored in all their gatherings. She makes linen garments for sale, supplies sashes to the merchants. She is clothed with strength and dignity, and laughs at the days to come. Her words are full of wisdom. Her tongue speaks trustworthy counsel. She manages her household without fail. She does not eat the bread of idleness. Her children rise up and call her blessed. Her husband also praises her. Many women have done valiantly, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceitful, and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Give her the praise due her for her works, and let her deeds be praised at the city gates. Proverbs, chapter 1. The Proverbs of Solomon, son of David, king of Israel, to give wisdom and instruction, to give understanding of words of insight, to give instruction, to do what is right, and just, and fair, to give prudence to the simple, to give knowledge and discretion to the young, Let the wise hear and increase their learning. Let those who hear Proverbs gain understanding. Let the discerning hear and gain insight. Let those who hear the Proverbs understand. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and instruction. My son, listen to your father's instruction. Do not forsake your mother's teaching. They are a garland to grace your head, a chain to adorn your neck. My son, if sinners entice you, do not consent to them. When they say, "Come with us, let us lie in wait for innocent blood, and ambush the innocent soul. Let us swallow them up like the grave, and consume them like those who go down to the pit. We will take all manner of precious things, and fill our houses with plunder. My son, you must not follow them, nor tread their path, for their steps run towards evil. Their feet hasten to shed blood. They set their nets where the bird's eyes can see. Is it in vain? These men lie in wait, only for their own blood. They ambush only their own lives. All who covet and write your gain walk this path. Those who seize wealth shall perish. Wisdom cries aloud in the streets. She raises her voice in the public squares. She calls out from the city walls. At the gates of the city, she proclaims, "O you simple ones, when will you forsake folly? When will scoffers cease their mockery? When will fools stop hating knowledge? If you heed my reproof, I will pour out wisdom upon you. I will impart my instruction to you. Yet you refuse to heed my call. None heed my outstretched hand. You despise my counsel and reject my reproof. When calamity overtakes you, I will laugh. When disaster pursues you, I will scoff. When calamity sweeps over like a storm, and disaster sweeps like a whirlwind, when distress and anguish overwhelm you, then you will call upon me, but I will not answer. You will seek me, but will not find me, because you have rejected knowledge, and have refused to revere the Lord. They have rejected my counsel, and scorned my reproof. They shall reap the fruit of their deeds, and taste the full consequences of their schemes. The folly of fools shall be their undoing, and the complacency of the simple shall destroy them. But those who heed my voice shall dwell securely, and enjoy peace, without fear. Proverbs chapter 2. My son, if you receive my words, and treasure my commands, incline your ear to wisdom, and apply your heart to understanding. Cry out for discernment, seek understanding, as for silver, and search for hidden treasures. Then you will understand the fear of the Lord, and find the knowledge of God. For the Lord gives wisdom. Knowledge and understanding come from his mouth. He stores up success for the upright. As a shield to the blameless man, he preserves the way for the upright, and guards the path for the faithful. Then you will understand what is right, and what is just, and what is the way of uprightness. Wisdom will enter your heart, and knowledge will delight your soul. Discernment will guard you, and discernment shall guard you. Wisdom shall deliver you from the way of the wicked, from those who speak perversely, who forsake the paths of uprightness, to walk in the way of darkness, delighting in evil, taking pleasure in perversity, whose steps are crooked, and whose ways are devious. Wisdom shall deliver you from the adulterous woman, from the seductress who flatters with her words, who forsakes the companion of her youth, and broken the covenant made before God. Her house leads to death, her paths to the grave. None who go to her return again. The way to life. Thus you shall walk in the path of the righteous, and keep to the way of the upright. For the upright shall dwell on the earth, and the blameless shall remain upon it. But the wicked shall be cut off from the earth, and the unfaithful uprooted from it. Proverbs 3. My son, do not forget my teaching, but keep my commands in your heart, for they will prolong your life, and bring you peace and prosperity. Let love and faithfulness accompany you, and bind them around your neck. Carve them on the tablet of your heart, so that you may find favor and good repute in the sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not rely on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord, and turn away from evil. Then your body will be clothed with strength, and your bones with vigor. Honor the Lord with your wealth and with the first fruits of all your produce. Thus shall thy storehouses be filled with plenty, and thy vats overflow with new wine. My son, do not despise the Lord's discipline, nor be weary of his reproof. For whom the Lord loves, he disciplines, and he hastens every son he receives. Blessed is the man who gains wisdom, and the man who acquires understanding. For the gain of wisdom is better than silver, and discernment is better than gold, more precious than pearls. All you desire cannot compare with wisdom. Her right hand holds long life, her left hand riches and honor. Her ways are pleasant, and all her paths are peaceful. Those who hold fast to her shall find the tree of life, and those who grasp her shall be blessed. The Lord by wisdom founded the earth. By understanding he established the heavens. By knowledge he divided the deep, and caused the clouds to drop down dew. My son, let not wisdom and understanding depart from your eyes. Keep sound discernment, they shall be your life. A crown of grace upon your neck. You shall walk securely. Your foot shall not stumble. When you lie down, you shall not be afraid. When you rest, your sleep shall be sweet. You need not fear sudden calamity, nor be terrified by the destruction of the wicked. For the Lord will be with you, and keep your foot from stumbling. When you have the means, do not withhold good deeds from those who deserve them. Do not say to your neighbor, "Come back tomorrow, and I will give you something." Though you have wealth in your hand, do not plot against your neighbor's peace, nor bring false charges against one who has done you no harm. Do not envy the violent, nor follow their ways, for the Lord detests the perverse, but embraces the upright. The Lord's curse falls upon the house of the wicked, but his blessing dwells in the home of the righteous. He mocks the mockers of pride, but shows favor to the humble and oppressed. The wise gain honor, but fools suffer disgrace. Proverbs chapter 4. My son, hear your father's instruction, and incline your ear to receive wisdom. I give you true knowledge. Do not forsake my teaching. I too was once a son to my father. When my mother conceived me, he instructed me, saying to me, "Hold fast to my words with all your heart. Keep my commands, and you shall find life. Seek wisdom. Seek understanding. Do not forget my words, nor turn from them. Do not forsake wisdom. She will guard you. Love her. She will watch over you. The beginning of wisdom is this: seek wisdom with all you have. Seek understanding. Love her, and she will exalt you. Hold her fast, and she will honor you. She will place a crown of splendor upon your head, a glorious diadem. My son, hear my instruction. Receive my words, and you will live long. I guide you in the ways of wisdom, that you may walk in integrity. When you walk, your steps will not stumble. When you run, you shall not stumble. Hold fast to instruction, and do not let it go. Guard it, for it is your life. Do not set foot on the path of the wicked, nor walk in the way of evildoers. Turn away, do not go. Depart, and seek another way. For they cannot rest unless they do evil. They cannot sleep unless they cause someone to stumble. They eat the bread of wickedness, and drink the wine of violence. The path of the righteous is like the light of dawn, that shines brighter and brighter, until the full day. But the way of the wicked is like deep darkness. They do not know what makes them stumble. My son, pay close attention to my words. Listen carefully to my sayings. Let them not slip from your sight, but keep them within your heart, for they are the wellspring of life, the health of your whole being. Guard your heart, for from it flow the springs of life. Keep your mouth from error, and your lips from deceit. Let your eyes look straight ahead, and your gaze be fixed before you. Tread the path with care, and walk steadfastly in all your ways. Do not swerve to the right or to the left. Keep your foot from evil. Proverbs chapter 5. My son, pay attention to my wisdom. Listen to my understanding, that you may gain understanding, and your lips may hold knowledge. The adulteress's lips drip honey. Her words are smoother than oil, but her end is bitter as gall, sharp as a two-edged sword. Her steps lead to death. Her ways go straight to the grave. She does not seek the way of life. Her paths stagger without direction, yet she is utterly unaware. Now, my children, hear my counsel. Do not stray from my instruction. Keep far from her. Do not approach her at all, lest you cast your honor among strangers, and your splendor among the ruthless, lest strangers consume your wealth, and your toil be stored up for others. Until the day of your death, you will sigh. When your flesh and body is spent, you will say, I hated discipline. My heart despised instruction. I did not heed my teacher, nor did I incline my ear to my instructor. In a moment I fell into great calamity in the assembly of God's people. Music, drink living water from your well, with flowing streams from your own fountain. If your fountain overflows in the street, your streams run through the town square. May they be yours alone, never shared with strangers. May your springs be blessed. May you rejoice in the wife of your youth. She is like a loving doe, like an elegant gazelle. May her breasts forever satisfy you. May you forever be intoxicated by her love. My son, why should you be intoxicated with another man's wife? Why should you embrace the bosom of a harlot? For your ways are all before the Lord. He observes all your paths. The wicked are ensnared by their own evil, bound by the cords of their own transgressions. Because of lack of discipline, they shall die. Because of their own folly, they shall be led astray. Proverbs chapter 6. My son, if you have pledged yourself for your neighbor, and pledged yourself for a stranger, you are bound by your own words, entangled by the utterances of your own lips. My son, since you are caught in your neighbor's hand, do this to free yourself. Run with all your might. Do not let your neighbor rest. Do not let your eyes close. Do not let your eyelids slumber. Be like a gazelle escaping the hunter's hand, like a bird fleeing the fowler's snare. O sluggard, go forth, observe the ant's ways, and gain wisdom. Though it has no commander, no overseer, no ruler, it gathers its food in summer, and stores its sustenance at harvest. O sluggard, how long will you lie there? When will you awaken from your slumber? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands. Poverty will come upon you like a robber, deprivation like an armed man. The wicked man, who devises evil, whose mouth is full of deceit, whose eyes are darting, whose feet are swift, whose hands are quick, plotting evil in his heart, constantly stirring up strife. Therefore calamity overtakes him suddenly. Destruction comes upon him like lightning. There are 6 things the Lord hates, 7 that are detestable to him: a deceitful eye, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked schemes, feet that are swift to run to evil, a false witness who pours out lies, and a sower of discord among brethren. My son, hold fast to your father's command, and do not forsake your mother's teaching. Bind them upon your heart, and fasten them around your neck. When you walk, they will guide you. When you sleep, they will watch over you. When you awake, they will speak to you. For this command is a lamp, and this teaching a light, to guide you away from your neighbor's wife, and the honeyed words of the adulteress. Do not let your heart be captivated by her beauty, nor be beguiled by her allure. Instruction is light, and instruction and discipline are the way of life, keeping you far from your neighbor's wife, and the honeyed words of the adulteress. Do not let your heart be captivated by her beauty, nor be beguiled by her eyes. A prostitute is but the price of a loaf, but a married woman will take your life. Can one carry fire in one's bosom without burning one's clothes? Can one read on hot coals without scorching one's feet? So is he who lies with another man's wife. Whoever touches her will be punished. If one steals to satisfy hunger, the people will not despise him. But if he is caught, he must pay 7-fold. Even if he empties his house, he cannot make amends. The adulterer is without sense, a fool. He who does this brings destruction upon himself. He will be beaten and disgraced, and his shame will never be wiped away. For a husband's jealousy stirs up fierce anger, and he will show no mercy in his vengeance. He will accept no reparation. No matter how rich the bribe, he will refuse it outright. Proverbs 7. My son, keep my words, and treasure my commands within your heart. Hold fast to my commands, and you shall live. Guard my instruction as the apple of your eye. Bind them upon your finger. Engrave them upon the tablet of your heart. Say to wisdom, you are my sister. Say to understanding, you are my kinswoman. They will keep you far from the adulteress, from the wayward woman who entices with her seductive words. I stood at my window, gazing through the lattice. I saw among the simple a young man devoid of sense, a youth wandering through the streets, near her corner. As evening drew near, the sun was setting, night was deepening. He went straight to her house. Then a woman came out, dressed like a prostitute, her heart full of deceit. She was unrestrained, not keeping to her proper place. Her feet never stopped, now in the street, now in the market, wandering at every corner. She seized him and kissed him, boldly declaring, "Today I have fulfilled my vow. A feast of peace remains in my house. I have come to welcome you. My joy is in finding you. I have spread my bed with Egyptian linen, with myrrh, and aloes, and cassia. Come, let us revel in love till the dawn. Let us delight in pleasure. My husband is far away. He has journeyed with his purse. He will not return until the full moon." With sweet words she enticed him. With flattery she beguiled him. He went forth like an ox to the slaughter, like a stag caught in a snare. The arrow pierced his liver, like a bird caught in a net. He knew not he was doomed. Now, my children, hear my counsel. Remember my words. Do not let your heart incline towards her ways. Do not tread her paths. She has brought down many. Her victims lie in heaps. Her house is the highway to the grave, a direct path to the chamber of death. Proverbs chapter 8. Does not wisdom call out? Does not understanding raise her voice? At the crossroads, at the city gates, she stands. She cries aloud to you, O people. I call to you. I raise my voice to all mankind. You fools, gain wisdom. You senseless ones, take heed. Listen, for I have trustworthy words to speak. I utter what is right. The words of my mouth are true, for my lips abhor wickedness. All my utterances are upright. Not one is crooked, not one is perverse. To the discerning, these words are upright. To those who gain knowledge, these words are upright. Choose my instruction. Do not choose silver. Choose knowledge. Do not choose gold. For wisdom is more precious than rubies. None of your desires can compare with her. I dwell with discernment, and possess knowledge and understanding. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil. I despise pride and arrogance, wicked deeds and perverse speech. Strategy and sound judgment belong to me. I possess insight and power. Through me, kings reign. Through me, rulers enact just decrees. Through me, princes govern. Nobles hold sway. So do all who rule the earth. Those who love me, I will love. Those who seek me, I will let them find. With me are riches and honor, lasting wealth and prosperity. My fruit surpasses fine gold. My yield exceeds choice silver. I walk in the way of righteousness. I tread the path of uprightness. I bestow abundant inheritance upon those who love me, filling their storehouses to overflowing. The Lord created me at the beginning of his work. In the acts that preceded me, I was his first masterpiece. I was formed in the beginning, before the foundations of the world were laid. Before the deep waters appeared, I was born. Before springs gushed forth, before mountains were set in place, before hills took shape, I was born. Before he created the world, the fields, the dust of the earth, I existed. When he established the heavens, drawn the horizon over the deep, set the clouds above, secured the fountains of the deep, and set the sea its boundaries, so the waters cannot transgress his command, and laid the foundations of the earth. Then I was beside him, rejoicing daily. Ever before him, I rejoiced in his world, and took delight in mankind. Now, my children, hear my words. Blessed are those who keep my ways, and heed my instruction. They shall gain wisdom. Do not despise. Blessed are those who heed my words. Blessed are those who keep watch at my gates, and wait for my door to open. Those who find me shall find life, and receive favor from the Lord. But those who fail to find me will bring ruin upon themselves. All who hate me delight in death. Proverbs chapter 9. Wisdom has built her house and set up its 7 pillars. She has prepared her food, mixed her wine. She set a feast and sent out her maidens to call in the streets. Whoever is simple, let him come. Whoever is without understanding, let him come. She said again, Come, eat of my bread, and drink of the wine I have mixed. Leave folly, and you shall live. Walk in the way of understanding. He who rebukes the offer will be reviled. He who reproves a wicked man will meet with disgrace. Do not reprove the mocker, lest he hate you. Rebuke the wise, and they will love you. Instruct the discerning, and they will grow wiser. Teach the righteous, and they will increase in learning. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. To know the Holy One is understanding. For wisdom will prolong your days, and add years to your life. If you are wise, you will be rewarded with wisdom. If you mock, you shall suffer alone. Folly is like a wanton woman, sitting on the seat at the city gate, crying aloud on the highest point of the city, saying to those who walk uprightly, all you simple ones, come to my house. She says to the ignorant, stolen water is sweet, and food eaten in secret is pleasant. But they do not know that the dead are there. Her guests are all in Sheol. Music. Proverbs chapter 10. The Proverbs of Solomon. A wise son brings joy to his father. A foolish son brings grief to his mother. Ill-gotten gains cannot endure, but righteousness delivers from death. The Lord does not let the righteous go hungry, but the desires of the wicked come to nothing. Lazy hands make for poverty. Diligent hands make one rich. The son who gathers grain in summer is a wise son. The son who dozes at harvest time is a son who brings shame. Blessing crowns the head of the righteous, but violence shuts the mouth of the wicked. The name of the righteous is praised, but the name of the wicked rots away. The wise in heart accept instruction, but the talkative fool brings ruin upon himself. He who walks uprightly finds stability. He who acts deceitfully will be exposed. He who casts sidelong glances invites calamity. The fool who speaks much brings ruin upon himself. The mouth of the righteous is a wellspring of life, but the mouth of the wicked conceals violence. Hatred stirs up strife, but love covers all transgressions. The lips of the wise preserve knowledge. The backs of fools are for the rod. The wise store up knowledge. The mouth of the fool invites destruction. The wealth of the rich is a strong city, but poverty is the ruin of the poor. The reward of the righteous is life, but the portion of the wicked is sin and death. He who heeds instruction reveals the path to life, but he who despises correction is led astray. He who conceals hatred with lies and spreads slander is a fool. He who speaks much cannot avoid sin. He who guards his lips preserves himself. The tongue of the righteous is choice gold, but the heart of the wicked is of no worth. The lips of the righteous nourish many, but the foolish perish through their ignorance. The favor of the Lord enriches, without adding toil. The fool delights in evil schemes, but the wise delight in wisdom. What the wicked dread shall come upon them. What the righteous hope for shall be granted. After the storm, the wicked vanish without a trace, but the righteous stand firm forever. To the one who sends him, the sluggard is like vinegar to the teeth, and smoke to the eyes. The fear of the Lord prolongs life, but the years of the wicked are shortened. The hope of the righteous is joy, but the hope of the wicked comes to nothing. The way of the Lord is a refuge for the upright, but it is the ruin of the wicked. The righteous shall never be uprooted, but the wicked shall not endure. The mouth of the righteous brings forth wisdom, but a perverse tongue will be restrained. The lips of the righteous know what is acceptable, but the mouth of the wicked utters only folly. Proverbs 11. The Lord detests dishonest scales, but accurate scales are his delight. Pride comes, and disgrace follows. Humility brings wisdom. The integrity of the upright guides them, but the unfaithful perish through deceit. In the day of wrath, wealth is of no value, but righteousness delivers from death. The integrity of the blameless makes their paths straight, but the wicked shall stumble in their own iniquity. The righteousness of the upright delivers them, but the unfaithful are ensnared by their own evil desires. Hope placed in mortal men perishes with them. The promise of their power ends in nothingness. The righteous are delivered from trouble, but calamity falls upon the wicked. The godless destroy their neighbors with their words, but the righteous escape by their knowledge. When the righteous prosper, the city rejoices. When the wicked perish, people exult. Through the blessing of the upright, the city is exalted, but the wicked mouth destroys the city. He who mocks his neighbor lacks wisdom. The wise man holds his peace, for many words betray secrets. Only the faithful can keep them. A nation falls for lack of counsel, but with many advisers, victory comes. He who guarantees for a stranger will suffer harm. He who refuses to shake hands in covenant shall find safety. A gracious woman attains honor, while a violent man gains only wealth. He who does good finds his own reward, but the violent man invites his own destruction. The wicked receive a false reward, while the righteous receive a true reward. Indeed, the righteous gain life, but those who pursue evil find death. The Lord detests the deceitful heart, yet delights in those whose ways are blameless. Remember this: the wicked shall not escape punishment, but the righteous shall be delivered from calamity. A beautiful woman without wisdom is like a gold ring in a pig's snout. The righteous man's desire yields good fruit, but the wicked man's hope ends in wrath. The generous giver grows richer. The miserly hoarder sinks into poverty. The bountiful soul finds prosperity. The giver is enriched. The hoarder of grain invites curses. The willing seller of grain receives blessings. The doer of good finds favor. The evildoer brings disaster upon himself. The one who trusts in wealth will fall. The righteous, however, flourish like evergreen foliage. He who destroys his household will inherit emptiness. The fool will serve the wise. The fruit of the righteous is a tree of life. The prudent win souls. If the righteous receive their reward in this life, how much more so the wicked and the transgressors. Proverbs 12. He who heeds discipline gains knowledge, but he who hates reproof is a fool. The Lord delights in the upright. Those who devise evil shall be condemned. The foundation of wickedness shall not endure. The righteous shall never be shaken. A virtuous woman is her husband's crown. He who acts shamefully is like rotten bones. The counsel of the righteous is upright. The schemes of the wicked are deceitful. The words of the wicked conceal murder. The words of the upright save lives. The wicked are overthrown and perish. The house of the righteous stands firm. Wisdom brings praise. The perverse are despised. Better to be lowly and served than to pretend to be honored yet go hungry. The righteous care for their livestock's needs. The wicked's kindness is cruel. He who tills the land shall be satisfied with food. He who pursues fantasies lacks wisdom. The wicked covet the stronghold of the violent, but the foundation of the righteous endures forever. The wicked are ensnared by their own sinful words, but the innocent are delivered from trouble. A man is satisfied with the fruit of his mouth, and rewarded for the work of his hands. The fool considers his own way right, but the wise man listens to counsel. A fool's anger reveals his character, but a wise man endures insult. An honest witness speaks truth. A lying witness utters falsehood. A rash man's words are like a sword, but a wise man's tongue brings healing. Honest lips endure forever. A lying tongue vanishes in a moment. He who devises evil has deceit in his heart, but he who promotes peace finds joy. The righteous shall not be moved, but the wicked shall be consumed by calamity. The Lord detests lying lips, but delights in those who are truthful. The wise store up knowledge in their hearts, but the heart of the fool pours out folly. Diligent hands shall gain dominion. The sluggard shall surely be enslaved. Anxiety crushes the heart, but a kind word revives the spirit. The righteous man carefully chooses his friends, but the way of the wicked leads astray. The sluggard does not roast his game, but the diligent man enjoys the fruits of his labor. Life is found in the path of righteousness. That path leads to eternal life. Proverbs chapter 13. A wise son heeds his father's instruction, but a sc offer will not accept reproof. A man reaps the fruit of his words, but the faithless crave violence. He who guards his lips preserves his life, but the talkative will come to ruin. The appetite of the sluggard never satisfies, but the desire of the diligent is fully satisfied. The righteous detest falsehood, but the wicked invite the Tustashani, bringing shame upon themselves. Righteousness guards the upright, but wickedness overthrows the sinner. Some pretend to be rich yet have nothing. Some pretend to be poor yet gain wealth. Wealth may ransom a life, but the poor cannot withstand harsh rebuke. The light of the righteous shines forth, but the lamp of the wicked is extinguished. Where there is strife, pride is sure to be found. Yet he who heeds counsel gains wisdom. Unrighteous wealth gradually vanishes, but he who stores up wealth increases it. Hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a wish fulfilled is like a tree of life. He who despises instruction will bear the consequences, but he who fears the commandment will be rewarded. The instruction of the wise is a fountain of life, keeping one far from the snares of death. He who discerns right and wrong is beloved. The path of the unfaithful leads to destruction. The prudent act with discretion, but the foolish reveal their folly. Evil brings calamity. A faithful messenger brings healing. He who neglects discipline will come to poverty and disgrace. He who heeds reproof shall be honored. Desire shall be fulfilled. The soul shall be sweetened. The fool detests turning from evil. Walk with the wise and you shall become wise. Associate with fools and you shall suffer harm. Misfortune pursues the sinner. The righteous shall receive good fortune. The good leave an inheritance for their children. The wealth of the wicked is stored up for the righteous. An uncultivated field nourishes the poor. Unrighteousness seizes the land. He who disciplines his son loves him. He who spares the rod harms him. The righteous eat their fill, but the belly of the wicked shall hunger. Proverbs 14. A wise woman builds her house, but a foolish woman tears it down with her own hands. He who fears the Lord walks in integrity, but he who despises him acts perversely. The mouth of the fool is full of pride, but the lips of the wise preserve them. The manger of the ox without plowing is empty, but the strength of the ox brings a harvest. An honest witness does not deceive, but a lying witness pours out falsehood. The sc offer seeks wisdom but finds none, but knowledge comes easily to the discerning. Keep far from the fool, for you will find no knowledge in their mouths. The wise consider their steps, but fools delight in deceit. Fools mock repentance, but the upright preserve kindness. Each bears their own sorrow. No one shares their joy. The house of the wicked will fall, but the tent of the upright will flourish. There is a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way of death. Though laughter may be in the heart, yet there is pain hidden within, and joy may turn to sorrow. The faithless shall reap what they sow, while the righteous receive their reward. The simple trust in everything, but the prudent consider carefully. The wise fear the Lord and shun evil, while the foolish are reckless yet feel secure. The violent act foolishly, and those who plot evil are despised. The fool bears the burden of his folly. The wise man wears the crown of wisdom. The wicked kneel before the righteous. The treacherous bow at the door of the upright. The poor are despised even by their neighbors, but the rich have many friends. He who despises his neighbor is detestable. Blessed is he who shows compassion to the afflicted. Does not he who plots evil stray from the right path? But those who devise good gain favor and faithfulness. The diligent will prosper. The idle will fall into poverty. The wealth of the wise is their crown. The folly of fools invites folly. An honest witness saves lives. A lying witness acts deceitfully. Those who fear the Lord will have a stronghold. Their children will be protected. The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life, keeping one far from the snares of death. A multitude of people is a king's glory, but a king is overthrown by a small number of subjects. The patient possess great wisdom, but the quick-minded display folly. A tranquil heart gives strength to the body. but envy corrodes the bones. He who oppresses the poor despises his maker. To show mercy to the poor is to honor God. When calamity strikes, the wicked are overthrown, but the righteous find refuge in death. Wisdom dwells in the heart of the discerning, and is revealed even among fools. Righteousness exalts a nation, but sin brings down a people. A king delights in wise servants, but a disgraced servant provokes his wrath. Proverbs chapter 15. Music. A gentle answer turns away wrath, but harsh words stir up anger. The tongue of the wise proclaims knowledge, but the mouth of fools pours out folly. The eyes of the Lord search to the ends of the earth, to observe the wicked and the righteous. A gentle tongue is a tree of life, but a perverse tongue breaks the spirit. A fool despises his father's discipline, but he who heeds instruction is wise. The house of the righteous gathers wealth, but the income of the wicked leads to ruin. The mouth of the wise imparts knowledge, but the heart of the fool is not upright. The Lord detests the sacrifice of evildoers, but accepts the prayer of the upright. The Lord detests the way of the wicked, but delights in those who pursue righteousness. He who forsakes the path of righteousness shall be severely disciplined. He who despises reproof shall die. Death and destruction are laid bare before the Lord. How much more the heart of man, he whom oxen despises instruction. Therefore he shuns the wise. A joyful heart makes the face cheerful. A sorrowful heart dries up the bones. The discerning seek knowledge, but the mouth of fools craves folly. All days of oppression are sorrowful, but a cheerful heart makes a feast. A great wealth shared with turmoil is not as good as a meagre portion shared with the fear of the Lord. A fat calf eaten with hatred is not as good as a simple meal shared with love. A hot-minded tempered man stirs up strife, but a patient man calms disputes. The way of the sluggard is overgrown with thorns, but the path of the upright is broad and smooth. A wise son brings joy to his father. A foolish son despises his mother. Foolishness delights the fool, but the prudent man holds fast to integrity. Plans without counsel fail. Plans with many advisers succeed. A man finds joy in a fitting answer. How good is a timely word! The path of the wise leads upward, lest they fall into the pit. The Lord tears down the house of the proud, yet establishes the widow's boundary. The Lord detests the thoughts of the wicked, but gracious words are pure in his sight. The greedy man brings ruin upon his own house, but he who hates bribes will live. The righteous man weighs his answers, but the mouth of the wicked pours out evil. The Lord is far from the wicked, but he hears the prayer of the righteous. The light in the messenger's eyes brings joy to the heart. Good news strengthens the bones. He who heeds life's instruction shall dwell among the wise. He who despises discipline brings shame upon himself. He who heeds instruction gains understanding. The instruction of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. Humility precedes honor. Proverbs chapter 16. A man's heart plans his course, but the Lord directs his steps. A man may think all his ways are pure, but the Lord weighs the heart. Commit your works to the Lord, and trust in him, and he will accomplish them. The Lord works all things out for his own good, even the day of calamity for the wicked. The Lord detests all who are proud of heart. Such a man shall not escape punishment. By loving guests and truth atonement is made. The fear of the Lord keeps one far from evil. When the Lord delights in a man's ways, he makes even his enemies be at peace with him. Better to have little with righteousness than much gain with injustice. A man's heart plans his own course, but the Lord directs his steps. The king's mouth is like divine decrees. His tongue does not speak rashly. The scales and weights of justice belong to the Lord. The weights in the pouch are his work. The king detests injustice, for justice establishes the throne. The king delights in truthful lips, and treasures those who speak with integrity. The king's wrath is a messenger of death, but the wise can appease it. A king's gracious countenance is life minus giving. His favor is like the spring rain. Wisdom is better than gold. Understanding is better than silver. The path of the upright avoids calamity. He who guards his way preserves his life. Pride precedes destruction. A haughty spirit precedes a fall. Better to walk with the humble who are oppressed, than to share plunder with the proud. He who heeds instruction gains wisdom. Blessed is he who trusts in the Lord. The wise in heart are called discerning. Gentle speech makes one teachable. Prudence is the wellspring of life for the wise, but the fool invites punishment. The heart of the wise makes their speech cautious. Their lips impart instruction. Gentle words are like honeycomb, sweetening the soul and strengthening the bones. There is a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way of death. The appetite of the laborer serves him. Hunger drives them on. The wicked devise evil. Their lips are like a scorching fire. The perverse stir up strife. A gossip separates close friends. A violent man entices his neighbor and leads him down an evil path. He who winks with his eye conspires to do evil. He who presses his lips together conspires to bring disaster. Gray hair is a crown of glory. On the path of righteousness one shall find. Patience surpasses the warrior. Self-minus control surpasses the capture of cities. What is cast into the lake comes from the Lord. Proverbs chapter 17. Better to eat dry bread in quietness than a fattened calf with strife. A wise servant will rule over a disgraceful son and share in the master's inheritance. Silver is tested by fire. Gold is tested by fire. But the Lord tests the heart. The wicked listen to deceitful lips. The liar watches for the tongue that destroys. He who mocks the poor insults his maker. He who delights in calamity shall not prosper. Children are the crown of the aged. Parents are the glory of their children. He who speaks kindly has no part with fools. To a king, lies is worse than a venomous serpent. The briber sees his gift as a shield and believes he will prosper everywhere. He who covers over an offense will find favor, but he who repeats a matter will alienate even friends. Rebuke awakens the wise more than 100 lashes on a fool. The evildoer who stirs up rebellion will be pursued by the angel of death. Better to meet a mother bear robbed of her cubs than a fool who delights in folly. He who repays good with evil will have calamity follow him. A quarrel is like a bursting dam. Quell it before it breaks. The Lord detests both the innocent who take the place of the guilty and the guilty who take the place of the innocent. Can the foolish acquire wealth to buy wisdom? They cannot comprehend it. Friends endure. Brothers are born for adversity. The fool pledges himself as surety, guaranteeing for his neighbor. He who loves strife loves sin. He who builds lofty gates invites destruction. He who harbors evil shall not prosper. He who speaks folly falls into calamity. Foolish children bring sorrow. The ignorant fool brings no joy to his parents. A cheerful heart is good medicine. A broken spirit dries up the bones. The wicked man secretly accepts bribes to pervert justice. The wise man ponders wisdom, but the fool's eyes wander to the ends of the earth. A foolish son causes grief to his father, and anguish to the mother who bore him. It is wrong to punish the innocent, and oppress the upright magistrate. The knowledgeable speak with caution. The wise act with deliberation. If a fool keeps silent, he appears wise. If he restrains his tongue, he shows himself prudent. Music. Proverbs chapter 18. A quarrelsome man brings harm upon himself. He who loves strife brings shame upon himself. The fool despises understanding and delights in his own opinion. When calamity comes, he shows contempt. When disgrace comes, he shows scorn. The words of his mouth are like deep waters, but the fountain of wisdom is a flowing stream. To favor the wicked and deprive the righteous of justice is no good thing. The fool's mouth invites strife. Their words invite the lash. The mouth of the foolish is their ruin. Their lips are a snare to their lives. The words of a gossip are like choice morsels that go down to the innermost parts. The sluggard is his brother's destroyer. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run to it and are safe. The riches of the rich are their stronghold, and they think it a wall that cannot be breached. Before destruction comes pride of heart. Humility precedes honor. To answer before listening is folly and disgrace. A man may bear an illness, but who can bear a broken spirit? The heart of the wise seeks knowledge, and the ears of the discerning listen for truth. A gift opens the way, and leads the giver to the presence of the great. In a lawsuit, the first speaker may seem right, until another comes to question. Dice may settle disputes, and separate fierce adversaries. A deceived brother is harder to break down than a fortified city. A quarrel is like the iron gates of a stronghold. A man is satisfied by the fruit of his mouth, and reaps the harvest of his lips. The tongue holds the power of life and death. Those who love it will eat its fruit. He who finds a virtuous wife has found a good thing, and has obtained favor from the Lord. The poor cry for mercy, but the rich answer harshly. He who trusts in a false friend will soon fall into ruin, but a friend who is as a brother. Proverbs 90. A poor man who walks uprightly is better than a perverse fool who speaks with a smooth tongue. It is not good to be ignorant and yet make demands. How can the hasty man find the way? A fool brings disaster upon himself, yet he rages against the Lord. Wealth brings many friends, but the poor man's close friend abandons him. He who bears false witness will be punished, and the liar will not escape. All men fawn upon those in power, and everyone is close to the bribe-minus taker. The poor man's own kin forsake him, and his friends avoid him. Though the poor man pleads and pursues, he finds no trace. He who gains wisdom loves life. He who values understanding prospers. A false witness will be punished. He who spreads lies will perish. The fool is unworthy of luxury. A servant ruling over princes is a calamity. Wisdom brings patience. Forgiving offenses is man's glory. A king's wrath is like a lion's roar. His favor is like dew upon the grass. Foolish children ruin their father. A quarrelsome wife is like a leaky roof. A house and wealth are an inheritance from fathers, but a wise wife is a gift from the Lord. Laziness casts one into a deep sleep. The sluggard will suffer hunger. He who keeps the commandment preserves his life. He who despises the law will surely die. He who is kind to the poor lends to the Lord, and he will repay him for his deed. Discipline your children, for there is hope. Do not willingly foster their demise. The violent shall reap what they sow. If you lend a hand, you must lend it again. Be humble in learning. Accept correction willingly, and you shall join the wise. The heart devises many plans, but the Lord's purpose shall stand. What man desires is enduring kindness. Better to be poor than to act deceitfully. Fear the Lord, and you shall find life. The settled in their homes enjoy peace. The sluggard buries his hand in the dish, and finds even lifting it to eat troublesome. Chastise the offer, and the simple will learn discretion. Rebuke the wise, and they will gain understanding. Children who rob their father and drive out their mother are a calamity that brings shame. My son, if you heed instruction, you will stray from the path of knowledge. The false witness mocks justice. The wicked mouth devours iniquity. The offer will be punished. The fool's back will be lashed. Proverbs 20. Wine is the offer's companion. Beer is the brawler's friend. Those lured by them are not wise men. A king's wrath is like the roar of a lion. Whoever provokes him will lose their life. To stay away from quarrels is a man's glory, but fools rush into disputes. The sluggard does not plow in season. At harvest time he looks in vain. The heart is deeper than the sea. Only the discerning can fathom it. Many claim eternal love, but faithful men are rare indeed. The righteous walk without blemish. Their descendants are blessed. The king sits in judgment, observing all with his eyes. Who dares say, "My heart is pure, I am blameless and without fault," or uses different weights and different measures? The Lord detests both. Even a child's actions reveal their nature. Are their deeds truly pure and upright? He who has ears, let him hear. He who has eyes, let him see. Both these things the Lord has made. The sluggard shall come to poverty. The watchful shall be satisfied. The buyer says, "This is not good. This is not good." Yet in the next moment boasts of his purchase. Gold is found. Rubies are many. But the words of knowledge are precious jewels. He who stands surety for a stranger shall take his garment as pledge. If you stand surety for a stranger, take his garment as pledge. Food gained by deceit may taste sweet, but in the end you swallow gravel. Consult the wise when planning. Seek counsel before deploying troops. The talkative man betrays secrets. Keep far from the chatterbox. He who curses his father or mother, his lamp shall be extinguished in darkness. He who hastens to inherit his estate will lose his blessing. Say not, "I will repay." Wait for the Lord. He will vindicate you. The Lord detests the false balance. He takes no pleasure in deceitful scales. A man's steps are directed by the Lord. How then can he understand his own way? A rash vow, afterwards comes the regret, are but a snare. The righteous king sifts out the wicked, and crushes them with the threshing wheel. The heart is the lamp of the Lord, illuminating the innermost secrets. Loyalty and faithfulness establish a king, for his throne is upheld by loyalty. The glory of youth lies in strength, while gray hair is the crown of the aged. The rod drives out wickedness, and discipline purifies the spirit. Proverbs 21. The king's heart is in the Lord's hand. Like channels of water, he turns it wherever he wills. A man may think his way is right, but the Lord weighs the heart. To do what is just and right is more pleasing to the Lord than sacrifice. Proud eyes, a haughty heart. The wicked man's field is barren. It yields nothing but sin. The plans of the diligent lead to profit. The hasty man will come to poverty. Wealth gained by lies is like a fleeting mist, a deadly snare. The wicked will be dragged away by their violence, for they refuse to do what is right. The way of the guilty is corrupt, but the conduct of the upright is blameless. Better to dwell on the corner of a roof than share a house with a quarrelsome wife. The wicked lust after sin. Neighbors find no compassion in them. When scoffers are punished, fools gain wisdom. He who heeds the counsel of the wise gains knowledge. The righteous observe the house of the wicked, to overthrow it. He who shuts his ears to the cry of the poor shall have no one to answer when he cries out. A gift given in secret appeases anger. A bribe concealed in a garment calms fierce anger. Upholding justice brings joy to the righteous, but causes the wicked to tremble. Those who stray from the path of prudence shall dwell among the dead. The pleasure-minus loving shall fall into poverty. He who loves wine and oil shall never be rich. The wicked shall bear the punishment of the righteous. The unfaithful shall atone for the upright. Better to dwell in the wilderness than with a quarrelsome and nagging wife. The wise store up choice food and wine, but the foolish greedily devour it. Those who pursue righteousness and love shall find life, wealth and honor. The wise can breach the strong man's city and destroy the strongholds he relies upon. He who guards his tongue will keep himself from calamity. The proud and arrogant are called by name the mockers. They act with reckless violence. The sluggard's greed will be his undoing, for his hands refuse to labor. All day long he craves more. The righteous give generously. The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination, even more so when offered with evil intent. He who bears false witness will perish. He who listens carefully will testify. The wicked are arrogant, but the upright are prudent. All wisdom, counsel, and plans, schemes, shall not stand. Horses are prepared for the day of battle, but victory belongs to the Lord. Proverbs 22. A good name is more desirable than great riches. To be esteemed is better than silver or gold. There is one thing common to both rich and poor, the Lord made them both. The wise seed anger and hide. The simple go on and suffer harm. The fear of the Lord is wisdom. To obey is understanding. The way of the wicked is strewn with snares and traps, but those who guard their lives keep far from them. Train up a child in the way he should go. Even when he is old, he will not depart from it. The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is slave to the lender. Woe to those who do wrong. Their staff will be broken in anger. The generous will be blessed, for they share their food with the poor. Dot about the SC offer, and strife will cease. Quarrels and insults will vanish. Those who love a pure heart, and whose speech is gentle, will find favor with the king. The eyes of the Lord watch over knowledge, but he frustrates the words of the faithless. The sluggard says, "There's a lion outside. I shall perish in the streets." The adulterous' mouth is a deep pit. Those who incur the Lord's wrath shall fall into it. Folly is bound up in the heart of a child. The rod of discipline shall drive it away. Those who oppress the poor to increase their wealth, and bribe the rich, shall all fall into poverty. 30 sayings of the wise man. Proverbs 1. Incline your ear to the instruction of the wise, and apply your heart to my teaching. Be willing to receive. 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 Take heed 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 to receive. Have I not written 30 sayings for you? These sayings are filled with wisdom and instruction, to guide you in upholding integrity and fulfilling your promises, so that you may report truthfully to those you serve. Second, do not oppress the poor in their distress, nor trample the afflicted in court, for the Lord will vindicate them, life for life. Third, do not associate with a violent man, or walk with a wrathful man, lest you learn his ways and be ensnared. Proverbs 4. Do not be one who shakes hands in pledge, or becomes surety for debts, for if you lack the means to repay, even your bed will be taken from you. Proverbs 5. Do not move the ancient boundary stones set by your ancestors. Proverbs 6. When you see a man skilled in his work, shall serve in the king's court, they shall not serve lowly officials. Proverbs chapter 23. Music 7th. When you dine with the king, take heed to the food before you. If you are a glutton, it is as if you were placing a knife to your own throat. Do not covet his delicacies, for they are deceptive. 8th. Do not toil excessively to become wealthy, nor trust in your own understanding. Wealth vanishes like an eagle soaring aloft. Proverbs 9. Do not eat the bread of a miserly master, nor covet his delicacies, for he weighs every morsel. Though he says, "Eat and drink," yet his heart is far from you. What you eat you shall vomit forth, and your gifts shall be in vain. Music. Proverbs 10. Do not converse with a fool, for he will despise your wise counsel. Proverbs 11. Do not move ancient boundary stones. Do not encroach upon the fields of orphans, for their defender is mighty. He will plead your case. Proverbs 12. Listen intently to instruction. Incline your ear to knowledge. Proverbs 13. Do not withhold discipline from a child. Chastise him with the rod. He shall not die. Chastise him, to save him from death. Proverbs 14. My son, if you understand in your heart, my heart shall rejoice. When your lips speak what is right, my heart shall be glad. Proverbs 3:15p. Do not envy the wicked, but delight in the fear of the Lord. Thou shalt have hope, thy hope shall not be cut off. Proverbs 4:16p. My son, obey, understand. Set thy heart upon the right way. Do not sit with gluttons and drunkards, for drunkards and gluttons will come to poverty, and drowsiness is clothed with rags. Proverbs 17. Obey your father who gives you life. Do not treat your aged mother with contempt. Do not sell the truth you have acquired, nor wisdom, instruction, or insight. The father of the righteous is filled with joy. The father of a wise son rejoices. May your parents be glad. May your mother rejoice. Proverbs 18. My son, give me your heart. Let your eyes observe my ways. For the adulteress is a deep pit, the wayward woman a narrow well. She lies in wait like a robber, and increases the number of the unfaithful. Proverbs 19. Who is wretched, who suffers, who encounters strife, who falls into distress, who bears needless wounds, who his eyes read as blood, all because of wine's intoxication. Drink not the cup of mixed wine. Do not covet the wind's gleam. Do not linger over the cup's flow, for it shall bite like a serpent, and poison like a viper. You see illusions. Your heart becomes deluded. You shall be like a drifter upon the sea, lying upon the ropes of the sails. Though men strike me, I feel no pain. Though they lash me, I remain unaware. When shall I awaken to drink again? Proverbs 20:20. Do not envy the wicked. Do not envy those who join them, for they devise violence in their hearts. Their lips speak of calamity. Proverbs 21. Wisdom builds a house, and establishes it by understanding. Through knowledge, it is filled with all precious and pleasant things. Proverbs 22. By strength a man prevails, and by knowledge a man rules. In war, strategy is needed. He who has counsel prevails. Proverbs 23. Let not a fool exalt himself in the gate, nor utter a word in the assembly of the people. Proverbs 24. Those who devise evil shall be called deceitful. A foolish plan is sin. The world detests the offer. Proverbs 25. If you falter in times of trouble, how small is your strength? Rescue those being led to death. Halt those staggering towards the slaughterhouse. If you say, we know nothing of this, does not he who weighs the heart perceive it? Does not he who keeps your life understand it? Will he not render to each man according to his deeds? Proverbs 26:26. My son, eat honey, for it is good. The honey from the honeycomb sweetens your mouth. Know that wisdom is like honey. If you gain wisdom, you have a future to look forward to. Your hope shall not be cut off. Proverbs 27. Do not lurk like a thief near the house of the righteous, nor plunder his dwelling place. For though the righteous fall 7 times, they rise again, but the wicked stumble when disaster strikes. Proverbs 28. Do not gloat when your enemy falls, nor let your heart rejoice at their misfortune, lest the Lord observe and disapprove, and turn his wrath away from them. Proverbs 29. Do not fret over evildoers, nor envy the wicked, for evildoers have no future. The lamp of the wicked shall be extinguished. Proverbs 30. My son, fear the Lord and the king. Do not associate with rebellious officials, for both will meet sudden destruction. Who knows what calamity they may bring? These 2 are the sayings of the wise, to show that partiality and false judgment are not good. Whoever says to the guilty, you are not guilty, that person will be cursed by all the people, condemned by the nations. But blessed is he who condemns the guilty. Abundant blessings shall come upon them. An honest answer is like a kiss on the lips. First prepare the fields for labor. Make ready the land for sowing. Then build your house. Do not bear false witness against your neighbor. How can you speak deceitfully with your lips? Do not say, I will repay them as they have done to me. I will repay them in kind. I passed by the field of a sluggard, the vineyard of the ignorant. Thorns overrun it. Weeds have taken hold. The stone wall lies in ruins. I observed with care, and learned from what I saw a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come like a robber, and want like an armed man. Proverbs 25. These are the Proverbs of Solomon, recorded by the servants of Hezekiah, king of Judah. The secret things belong to the Lord our God, but to us and to our children are revealed the things that are from this day forward. How great is the height of heaven, and the depth of the earth! So are the thoughts of the Lord our God. As silver is refined to become a vessel, so a king is refined to establish a kingdom. Do not exalt yourself in the presence of a king, nor contend with nobles for honor. Let the king summon you to his presence and say, come up, nor let him put you to shame before the nobles. What you have seen with your own eyes, do not hasten to bring before the court. If your neighbor puts you to shame, What can you do in the end? If you bring a charge against your neighbor, do not reveal secrets, lest the hearer put you to shame, and your accusation be upheld. A just verdict is like golden apples in a silver setting. A wise rebuke to one who listens is like gold earrings and a necklace of fine gold. A trustworthy messenger to the one who sent him is like refreshing drinks in the harvest season, a delight to the soul. Boasting of gifts not given is like clouds and wind without rain. Admonish the king gently, for a gentle word can break a bone. To obtain honey, do not be greedy, lest you vomit it out. Do not frequent your neighbor's house, lest he grow weary of you. He who bears false witness against his neighbor is like a club, a sword, a poisoned arrow. To rely on an unfaithful man in distress is like a broken tooth, a lame foot. To strip a man of his garment in cold weather is like pouring vinegar on a wound. To sing a cheerful song to a grieving heart. So too, if your enemy is hungry, give him food to eat. If he is thirsty, give him water to drink. By doing this, you will heap burning coals on his head. The Lord will reward you. A deceitful tongue is like the north wind bringing unexpected rain, causing dismay. Better to dwell in the corner of a roof than share a house with a quarrelsome wife. Good news from afar is like cold water to a weary soul. When the righteous yield to the wicked, they are like a blocked spring, a polluted well. Gluttony for honey is no good, nor is prying into secret matters honorable. A man lacking self-minus control is like a city whose walls have been breached. Music Proverbs chapter 26. A fool's honor is like summer snow, or rain in harvest time. A curse without cause is like a flying sparrow, or a passing swallow that finds no lodging. A horse is trained with a bit, a donkey with a bridle, and a fool with a rod. Do not answer a fool according to his folly, lest you become like him. Answer a fool according to his folly, lest he think himself wise. Entrusting a message to a fool is like cutting off one's own feet. Drinking poison is like a fool's proverb. A lame man's useless leg is like a stone tied to a sling. Bestowing honor upon a fool is like a fool's proverb. A thorn in a drunkard's hand to hire a fool or a passer-by is like an archer shooting at random. A dog returns to its own vomit, and a fool repeats his folly. Have you seen a man who thinks himself wise? There is hope for a fool, but not for such a man. The sluggard says, there's a lion in the road, a ravenous beast in the streets. The sluggard burrows into his bed, like a door hinge on its frame. The sluggard buries his hand in the dish, too lazy to lift it to his mouth. The self-minus witting sluggard is more foolish than 7 prudent men. He who grasps a stray dog by the ear is like one who rushes into another's quarrel. He who deceives his neighbor and says, I was only jesting, is like a madman shooting deadly arrows. Without fuel, the fired eyes. Without rumor, strife ceases. Stirring up strife is to the agitator as embers are to smoldering coals, as wood is to a blazing fire. The words of a troublemaker are like a delicious dish, penetrating deep into the heart, like silver dross plated on pottery. Eager lips conceal an evil heart. An enemy disguises himself with his lips, yet harbors deceit within, though his words may be pleasing. Do not trust them lightly, for their hearts are filled with 7 abominations. They cloak malice with deceit. Their wickedness will be revealed in the assembly. He who digs a pit will fall into it. He who rolls a stone will have it roll back upon him. The lying tongue hates those it wounds. The flattering mouth invites destruction. Proverbs 27. Do not boast about tomorrow, for thou knowest not what a day may bring. When men praise thee, do not boast. When strangers praise thee, do not boast. A stone is heavy, sand is heavy, but a fool's quarrel is heavier than both. Anger is cruel, fury is destructive. Who can withstand jealousy? Open rebuke is better than hidden love. A friend's rebuke is trustworthy, but an enemy's kisses are deceitful. Music the sated man despises the honeycomb, but to the hungry even the bitter tastes sweet. He who leaves home is like a bird from its nest. Perfume and incense delight the heart, but a friend's counsel is more precious. Do not forsake your companion. Do not abandon your kin. When calamity strikes, do not seek refuge with relatives. A neighbor near is better than a kinsman far away. My son, if you are wise, you will bring joy to my heart. Then I can refute those who despise me. The wise man sees trouble and hides, but the fool rushes headlong. He who guarantees for a stranger shall lose his own garment. He who guarantees for a stranger shall pledge his own clothes. He who greets his neighbor with a loud voice in the morning is cursed by him. A quarrelsome wife is like a leaky roof in the rain. Restrain her as one restrains a tempest, as one holds oil in their hands. Iron sharpens iron, and one man sharpens another. So it is with friends. He who tends the fig tree eats its fruit. He who serves his master will be honored. As water reflects the face, so the heart reflects the person. Death and destruction are never satisfied, nor are the eyes of man ever satisfied. Silver is refined in the furnace. Gold is tested in the fire. So too is human praise. Though you grind fools in a mortar, as grain is crushed, their folly remains. Watch over your flock. Keep watch over your herd. For wealth does not endure forever, nor does a crowd remain secure through generations. Music when the hay is gathered, and new grass sprouts. When the wild grass is gathered, lambs shall provide your clothing. Goats shall pay the price for your fields. You shall have ample goat's milk to feed your household, and nourish your maidstans. Proverbs 28. The wicked flee when no one pursues, but the righteous are as bold as a lion. When a country is in turmoil, its rulers multiply. A wise king brings peace to the land. He who oppresses the poor is like a deluge sweeping away the land. He who rejects instruction will meet with calamity. The wicked know not the way of righteousness, but all who seek the Lord understand it. The poor who walk in integrity are better than the rich who walk in perversity. A wise son heeds instruction, but a glutton is a disgrace to his father. He who lends at interest, he who oppresses the poor to hoard wealth, will alternately store up riches for the merciful toward the needy. He who is deaf to my instruction makes even prayer distasteful. He who leads the upright into evil ways shall be ensnared in his own net. The blameless, however, shall be blessed. The rich man deems himself wise, but the poor man, discerning, sees through their vanity. The righteous triumph. The people rejoice. When the wicked rule, men hide themselves. Music. He who conceals his transgressions shall not prosper. He who confesses and forsakes his sin shall find mercy. He who fears the Lord shall have continual joy. A hardened heart brings calamity. When the wicked reign, the people suffer. A tyrant seizes wealth, yet despise ill-minus gotten gains, shall reign long. The murderer, haunted by bloodshed, longs only for the grave, where none may reproach him. The blameless shall be preserved, but the deceitful shall fall into the pit. He who tills the land shall have plenty, but he who pursues vanities shall be filled with poverty. The faithful shall be richly blessed, but the covetous shall not escape punishment. Partiality is an evil thing. A man commits injustice for a single loaf. The miser hastens to become rich, yet knows not that poverty awaits him. He who rebukes instead of flattery will ultimately win favor. He who seizes his parents' wealth and claims innocence is a partner with the destroyer. The greedy stir up strife. He who trusts in the Lord shall prosper. He who trusts in himself is a fool. He who walks in wisdom will be preserved. He who gives to the poor shall not want. He who closes his eyes to the poor will be cursed. When the wicked rule, the people go into hiding. When the wicked perish, the righteous flourish. Proverbs 29. He who is repeatedly rebuked, yet remains obstinate, will suddenly be destroyed. Irretrievably, the righteous prosper, the people rejoice. When the wicked rule, the people sigh. He who loves wisdom makes his father glad. He who associates with prostitutes wastes his wealth. When a king acts justly, his kingdom is established. He who covets bribes brings down his kingdom. He who flatters his neighbor is like a snare to his own feet. The wicked shall be ensnared by their own iniquity, but the righteous shall rejoice. The righteous plead the cause of the poor, but the wicked show no regard. Mockers stir up a city, but the wise can quell anger. If a fool goes to court with a wise man, the fool will rage and mock, finding no peace. Those who shed blood hate the upright, plotting to slay the upright. The fool rages to his heart's content, but the wise man will ultimately quell the matter. If a king heeds lies, his servants will all be corrupted. The poor and the oppressor share this trait. The Lord makes both their eyes see. If a king judges the poor with justice, his throne shall stand firm forever. Discipline and reproof impart wisdom. A wayward child brings shame upon his mother. When the wicked prosper, iniquity increases, but the righteous will see their downfall. Discipline your children, and they will bring you peace and joy. Without revelation, people indulge their desires, but those who heed wise instruction will be blessed. If a servant hears but does not obey, even understanding instruction is of no avail. Have you seen a man who speaks rashly? Even a fool has hope, but they have no hope. A servant pampered from childhood will become arrogant. A hot-tempered man stirs up strife. An impatient man commits many sins. Pride brings one low, but the humble will be honored. He who conspires with thieves is his own enemy. They are bound by oaths and dare not testify. He who fears man will be ensnared, but he who trusts in the Lord will be kept. Many seek the favor of a king, but righteousness comes from the Lord. The righteous man detests the deceitful. The wicked man abhors the upright. Proverbs chapter 30. The instruction of Ahilud, son of Jacob. Words inspired by the Spirit. This man declared to Elo God, I am weary, yet I shall prevail. I am but a beast, not of the human race. I possess no human wisdom, nor have I learned understanding, nor have I known the Holy One, who has ascended to heaven and descended, who has gathered the wind in his fists, who has bound the waters in his garment, who has established all the ends of the earth, who has named the earth, who has named his sons. Do you not know? How perfect are the words of the Lord! He is a refuge, a shield for those who take refuge in him. Do not add to his words, lest he reprove you, and prove you a liar. O Lord, I asked you things of you before I die. Do not cast me away. Keep falsehood and lies far from me. Do not give me poverty, nor grant me riches, but give me only my daily bread, lest, being full, I deny you, and say, Who is the Lord? Or, being poor, I steal, and profane the name of my God. Do not slander a servant to his master, lest he curse you, and you suffer the loss. Some curse their father, and withhold blessing from their mother. They deem themselves pure, yet remain unclean. Their eyes are haughty, their gaze contemptuous. Their teeth are like swords, their lips like sharp blades, devouring the poor of the earth, and destroying the needy of the world. The louse has 2 daughters. They cry out, Give, give. 3 things are never satisfied, for things are never satisfied: the grave, the barren womb, the insatiable land, the unquenchable fire. He who mocks his father, and scorns his aged mother's eyes, shall be pecked out by the ravens of the valley, and devoured by the vultures. 3 things I cannot fathom, for things I cannot comprehend: the eagle soaring through the air, a serpent coiled upon a rock, a ship upon the vast sea, a man with a maiden. This is the way of the harlot. She wipes her mouth after eating, and says, I have done no wrong. 3 things make the earth tremble, for things the earth cannot bear: a servant ascending to the throne, a fool feasting all day, a lowly woman marrying a noble man, a maid replacing her mistress. For things on earth are small, yet exceedingly wise. The ant, though feeble, stores up food in summer. The wren, though weak, nests in the rock crevices. The locust, without a lord, marches in orderly ranks. The locust, without a king, moves in great multitudes. The lizard, though caught with bare hands, dwells in the palace. 3 things walk with dignity. The things move with dignity. The lion, who shakes the earth, fears no danger. The male goat strides with head held high. The king sits upon his throne. If you feign foolishness and exalt yourself, or plot evil, cover your mouth. Stir the cream and you get cream. Pinch the nose and you get blood. Provoke a man and you stir up strife. Proverbs 31. The instruction of King Lemuel, the wisdom his mother taught him. My son, listen. My child, take heed. My son, hear, this is the answer to my prayer. Do not waste your strength on women. Do not pour out your vigor on those who pervert kings. A king must not be given to wine. A ruler must not crave strong drink, lest in his intoxication he forget the law, and deprive the oppressed of their rights. Give wine to those who are perishing, and strong drink to those who are in bitter anguish. Let them drink and forget their poverty, and remember their misery no more. Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, and plead the cause of all who are destitute. Judge with justice. Uphold the rights of the destitute and afflicted. A virtuous wife, who can find? Her worth far exceeds rubies. Her husband trusts her completely. He lacks no precious treasure. She brings him lifelong blessing, never brings misfortune. She selects wool and flax. Her hands work diligently. She is like a merchant ship, bringing grain from afar. Before dawn breaks, she rises, preparing food for her household, allocating portions for her maidservants. She surveys fields and purchases them, planting vineyards with her own earnings. She labors with vigor, her arms strong in their tasks. She discerns profitable ventures. Her lamp burns through the night, spindle in hand, spinning wheel at her fingertips. She opens her arms to the poor, extends her hand to the needy. When deep snow falls, she fears no cold, for her household wears crimson robes. She sews quilts for their beds, dressed in fine linen and purple robes. Her husband is honored at the city gates, seated among the elders of the land. She makes fine linen garments for sale, and supplies sashes to the merchants. Clothed with strength and dignity, she laughs at the days to come. Her words are full of wisdom. Her tongue utters faithful instruction. She manages her household without fail. She does not eat the bread of idleness. Her children rise and call her blessed. Her husband praises her. Many women are virtuous, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceptive, and beauty is fleeting. But a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. For her hands are skilled, let her be honored. For her deeds, let her be praised.